Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, and you know what that means? It's Wrestling with Knuckleheads. We in the fucking building. We live. We coming correct. We had some crazy ass chats in the chat room. We got some shit to talk about. CM Punk told his favor. AEW had Dynasty. Ray hates trees.
Wait, what? I hate trees. I was like, what the hell happened?
Because they always be spitting out that oxygen.
We need that, though.
Shit, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, shit. But what's going on, y'all? We back with another edition of that Wrestling with Knuckleheads. What's going on? We got Janelle in the building. We got Normal Guy in the building. But what's going on, Toe? How's everything, man?
Chilling, man. It's another day, another dollar. You know what I'm saying?
That's all we could do. It's all we could do. But it's one more day till it's Friday. One more day till it's Friday. So
that's right. That's right.
That's always the best.
Shit. And even Hutch said he might join us for the Toe in the Show show.
Oh, shit. Wait, when are we doing the Toe in the Show show?
After today.
Okay. Well, that leaves 3 days as an option. Unfortunately, if it's Saturday, I will not be here for the Toe in the Show because I gotta get ready for this TCW, which is funny. I did a little video because I was like, you know what? Let me try to edit something because I didn't get to do many podcasts to promote the show. So I was like, let me make this nice compilation, and I posted up. I was like, okay, cool. Facebook cooperated today. Instagram, the views were nice, and I posted on Twitter, and I'm like, okay, cool. Got retweeted a few times, liked a few times. Before I came on, I get another retweet, and I'm like, oh, let me see who retweeted now. It's like, oh, cool. James Storm retweeted my fucking video.
Oh shit!
I was like,
okay,
that's dope.
Shit.
I was like,
sorry
cool.
about your damn luck.
I'm looking forward to that, man. Like, not only it's funny because it's. Not only do I get to call another one of my best friend's matches, my mentor, a lot of names for this guy, but for Gangone. And then it's him versus James Storm on Saturday. So it's like, it's crazy to be able to say, watching James Storm so much growing up, fucking seeing from America's Most Wanted to Beer Money to him becoming TNA World Champion. And now I get to call one of his matches. That's going to be dope Saturday.
Word. And we got to live one of his like historically long runs in NXT. And he had like a good 2-3 matches.
Yo, what's going on, Mr. Loki? Man, you know what's crazy about that? That when you start hearing like the stories after, they wanted to reunite Beer Money in WWE.
Did they?
Because they were bringing in Bobby Roode. So it's like all he had to do was accept the first check, accept the first amount. Because allegedly that was the issue, was money. And I'm just like, I feel like whatever number WWE threw at me first, I probably would say yes. Like,
what if they said $12?
$12 a match or just $12? Like, that's my first contract. All I'm getting is guaranteed $12.
For 5 years, you got this $12 that you got to stretch out.
I still probably would take it.
I would be honest. So let my lawyers look this over, and I'll get back to you. And then the Business Bureau will be on some, hello, yeah, this ain't even right.
And that's the thing, too, is like still like, hey, look over it. Like, and again, like realistically, you're probably giving them like at least a few, like maybe a few 20 to 30,000 right there guaranteed for the first year. And again, it's something where it's the starting, you know, like once they find what they're going to do with them, all that. And then once you get off your merch and you get off all that, like, yeah, but it's crazy because if you think about that roster at that time too, like, man.
But also, you got to remember, it's like him and Bobby Roode built Beer Money. You know what I'm saying? So for them to want to take that property, I'm pretty sure he's on some. Me as a wrestler, I have a booking fee. Right?
Yeah.
This is what it is. So you pay me as a wrestler, that's fine. But if you want the intellectual property of Beer Money now, there's a different story. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing too, though. That's something you're able to negotiate. And again, that's also depending on what they do. Like some people,
$1 per month.
Basically, at that point, it's one of those where, like they've said, like certain people, they go on if they can use their likeness, if they can use like the name they've already used for a while, and then they've changed some. Like Samoa Joe is the only one that was able to everywhere. He's been Samoa Joe. So AJ was the same way. With certain guys, it's like it's gonna happen. But then you look at Kevin Owens, which I'm mad I didn't get to finish that interview because I saw he did Chris Van Vliet. And I got to see that part of explaining like how they came up with Kevin Owens and all that. And this funny story about he walks in to the Performance Center at the time, and Dusty Rhodes is like, Kevin Owens, huh? And he tells him, you like it? Nope. He's like, who came up with it? Triple H. Oh, I love it. Like Dusty had that mixed reaction of like, I don't know if the name works. Triple H made it though. Oh, I love the name.
Yeah, it's gonna work, baby. Don't worry about it.
It's gonna work.
He paid the bills, baby. It's all right. You be all right, baby.
Oh man. But even like that, like Kevin Owens, imagine that's a thing of at the time they bring in Kevin Steen, they bring in El Generico, they bring in fucking Kenta, Prince Devitt. Like
yeah.
I think that's one of those that it's like, damn, to think James Storm and the American Wolves were that close to being in WWE. Like,
yeah. So, all right. Just between me and you, because I know this isn't a big deal to most people, but for me, I want to get this shit out there.
Yeah.
I kind of want the right people to hear this.
Okay.
And if it's too controversial for you, Ray, you let me know.
Okay.
But this motherfucker that did commentary during the New Day and War Raiders match on Monday.
Tony Hinchcliffe, yeah.
Yeah, this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Gigi said he was hosting WrestleMania.
So no, he's hosting the... So the thing is, there was a graphic that made it look like it said he was hosting WrestleMania. But no, he's supposed to be hosting the roast of WrestleMania. I believe it's the night after night one. They're doing like a whole roast.
Okay,
after.
So that's not important.
It's not because they're not even filming it, or at least WWE is not putting it out.
Good.
Yeah.
Because if he would have hosted WrestleMania, I'm not watching WrestleMania.
I don't think a lot of people would. I personally, I don't think I could support that dude. I was pissed on Monday. I don't know if you saw watching it back. Like I said, what the fuck is this guy doing here? Like
that's why because I was in the bathroom most of the night when I came back, I said, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I would have not watched WrestleMania, and I think I would have stopped watching WWE at that point because I understand when people get their hatred for Hogan or their dislike for him and all other shit. But this motherfucker straight out disrespected my country at a Klan rally.
Yep.
And acts like the shit's okay.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't allow that shit because we went through enough. Puerto Rico went through enough.
And that's what pissed me off because there was a lot of people that after the fact just and fellow fucking Puerto Ricans, that's the craziest thing about it. Because I'm just like, how do you allow that and just be like, oh, but it's freedom of speech? I'm like, we're understanding the term very wrong when it comes to freedom of speech. Because yes, everyone is free to say whatever the fuck they want. That doesn't mean they're free to the consequences. I think that's the terminology that people mess up with that when it comes to freedom of speech. Yes, you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck we want.
Yeah.
As we do here. This is why, again, I could say there's things I would love to say, but I'm free to say it. I'm not free to the consequences after.
Yeah. Most of the shit that I say here, you see Ray's face. If you watch the podcast, you see Ray's face go, he goes back into that car when that piece of plastic flew at us. We almost died and Ray grabbed an imaginary handle that I didn't have in my car. And he goes back to that.
I wish we had a dash cam. That should have been one of those times we were recorded.
Yeah, word.
It's still the funniest shit ever because I legit just there's nothing there.
Nothing there. And you held on to it for a good 20, 30 seconds.
And I had a good grip. I don't know what, but I had
you would have went nowhere if we hit something. My man grabbed fucking Jesus and all the oxygen molecules there, and he's like, I'm not moving.
Yo, because all I saw, like my fucking those 2 seconds that you have to fucking decide, all I saw was that shit's about to hit us, and we're about to fucking. That's it. Like,
my man said, we're going over the side. We're going in the water. I can't swim.
Yo, nah, man, that is still like this will probably be a conversation tomorrow because by then we'll know all the facts of the fucking Hudson situation.
Yeah.
But that's legit one of my biggest fears when going over bridges and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking either the car flipping or fucking the shit just saying, nope. Like, that is legit one of my biggest fears with that shit.
Nah, I hear you. But, all right, going back to where we was coming from, we'll get that conversation tomorrow. But you see Ray's face. The difference between me saying some wild shit and this fucking guy is that you can tell that I'm joking.
Yes.
It's called sarcasm.
Yes.
The delivery of the shit. The nuance of the joke. This motherfucker done just... I don't care if he's a comedian. The shit wasn't funny.
That's the thing. It's not fucking
It was an insult.
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke. There's a difference between insulting someone
and
a whole culture of people and a whole land of people and joking.
And that's the thing. He's not fucking funny. Like Bert Kreischer was there. The machine, the guy that you asked me, who was that? The dude that was with Otis and all that?
Yeah.
To me, he's funny. Like, I've watched his comedy. I like his comedy. I like his podcast. He's funny to me. Tony Hinchcliffe, even before the stupid joke, I was not a fan of his comedy. I was not a fan. Like his comedy is supposed to be that react. Like, he wants to say some stupid shit to get people to react. And to me, it's just like, there's a way to do satire and it still be funny though.
Yeah.
This isn't funny. So when he did that shit and seeing the reaction, I'm just like, and then with WWE with this, I'm just like, this is hard to say that, oh yeah, they don't support pieces of shit at times because now we're here.
And you can tell that racist actually has some racism in it because he was trying to root for the New Day. And I don't know about you, even if you don't know shit about wrestling, if you're someone who speaks, you should be able to know bullshit your way through a conversation.
Yeah.
He should have known how to bullshit his way through, oh, look at this idiot. He just hit the New Day with a chair. He knew they can't beat him. He tossed them around like babies and it still didn't do nothing. Something.
Yeah. Like, you're supposed to be able to add, and that's the funny thing, because as a quote-unquote comedian, you 90% of the time, you're talking. Like, you should be able to, again, just on the, like, know how to do shit. Like,
and you can tell he doesn't know shit about wrestling either, because my man said, I've been watching since the Attitude Era, and Michael Cole's been announcing since the Jurassic Era. Yeah. And I'm saying, like, he got to start in the Attitude Era, you dumbass.
Well, he was, because he's trying to go off, like, everyone keeps saying Michael Cole's the oldest one now, right?
Yeah.
Because there's no longer JR, there's no King.
I know he's joking, but he's a bitch, so I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. It was a bad joke.
Yeah, it doesn't work because it's just like, yeah, no, we don't like you. And then he does, I don't know, I didn't hear that part because I usually, just to make sure we don't get copyright or some shit, I mute it.
Yeah.
But apparently he made a joke about one of the guys breaking their necks during a New Day match.
Shit, I just watched it too because my pops is watching it now that he's home. But yeah, to be honest with you.
No, yeah, but that's the thing. Again, even if I was listening, I probably would have tried to tune his commentary out. But apparently he did that, and Big E, like,
he made fun of Big E.
Yeah, he was making fun of the neck break, and it's just like, bro, like, come on, like, again, and that's his style that somehow people fucking like, and I don't get it. Like, this shit to me is just like, nah, like, no. Again, the fucking roast shit, I don't get why WWE needs something like that. Like, they have a good repertoire of comedians that they could have done something nice with. Like, fucking Fluffy is a super wrestling fan.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me you couldn't have, like, something else for Peacock? Have fucking Fluffy do the just something wrestling related. Have Fluffy, have Bert Kreischer. There's a bunch of comedians that love wrestling that they could have done something with.
You know what this just proves to me?
What?
They sold out when they got the Netflix deal. Because I'm pretty sure part of that fucking deal was you're going to advertise the shit that we got. And we got all these stand-up comedians and all these shows and all these actors and all that other shit. And every Monday, look at this guy, look at that guy. This guy's doing commentary. This guy's in the back. This guy body slammed him after the show. This one took off his shirt. This one did that. Fucking some dude that just has a podcast that if you don't know, if you don't watch TikTok, you don't know who the fuck he is. He's in the middle of the ring with AJ Styles. Talking about this is New York. You know, the fucking guy.
Oh, Andrew. But that's the thing. Andrew Schultz, I actually like.
No, I get it. But
at least.
But what I'm saying is like.
Yeah.
Even Vince didn't prostitute himself that much.
Yeah. But and the unfortunate thing is, I have to agree, yes. Because of them being on Netflix, that's going to draw that. Like, they're going to be having celebrities. But it's also, we've already talked about it too, that it's because of getting that appeal again. Like they used to back in the day. Like, bro, the amount of times they would bring in fucking random hosts for fucking, oh, they do a night show? Cool, let's bring them in. Or fucking how WCW used to with Dennis Rodman, Jay Leno, fucking, shit, WWF did it with fucking Lawrence Taylor and all that.
Well, hold on. I got to defend these guys a little bit. Dennis Rodman was on the three-peat championship basketball team. Jay Leno was the biggest night-talking host in the world.
Yeah.
Lawrence Taylor was one of the greatest defensive players in the NFL.
No. I'm not.
They don't have some fucking guy that just told a joke once and now he's on Netflix.
No. But I'm not. My thing is, it's not like comparing. Oh, that it was a bad idea back then. I'm just saying this isn't the first time. Like, there's always going to be that appeal of
the people they select though. When they wanted to bring in that appeal, were top notch. Like Wendy Richter, Mr. T was the top guy back in the day because of Rocky 3.
Yeah.
You had Mike Tyson.
They
bring in Muhammad Ali. You know what I'm saying? Like these are the best of the best.
Yeah.
And it showed because not for nothing. Everyone knows if you're playing a sport. MLB is the place you want to be.
Yep.
The NBA, the NFL, the WWE.
Yep.
Everyone, no matter how much shit you want to talk about a place.
Yep.
The WWE is the place you want to be.
Yep.
And it depends on how old you are, is if the money is the issue. You know what I'm saying? Because if you get them straight out the box, like when they're young, money ain't an issue. I don't care. I work here for free. When you got somebody established for 20, 30 years, I don't have long. I need to make as much money as I can. I get it. But the WWE is the place to be.
Agreed.
And that proved it. Like, it put that stamp on that marker. Like, yo, Mike Tyson in his prime is here.
Yep.
Muhammad Ali is here. Like, you can't say Muhammad Ali in his prime because Muhammad Ali at any time.
He was still very relevant at the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Muhammad Ali is one of those people that no matter what, you show him there, it's like, oh shit, Muhammad Ali, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's...
Yeah. No, but and that's the thing, too. Like, it's not like they're not bringing... Like, you could tell... Can we agree on this? You could tell when it's WWE bringing someone in. Yes. And you could tell when it's Netflix asking to have this person on. Because they've done that. Like, they've had, like, credible people on there.
No, because...
And then you can tell when it's, like, Netflix, like, oh, hey, we need you to promote this person.
Because even before Netflix... When they bring in Bad Bunny and Logan Paul is one of the top people on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's still a standard. No matter how much we don't like them, it's a standard that they're holding. This is one of the top streamers. Kai Cenat.
Yep.
Top streamer on Twitch. Making a lot of fucking money, a lot of waves. They're trying to get the Twitch crowd. You got Kai Cenat.
They're trying to get that younger crowd. Like, we said it, like, and it proved it because I saw it legit in real time. Because my cousin was not a wrestling fan. Like, he heard us talk about it a lot. Like, he'll know certain people. But to see him interested, because he's like, oh, I saw Speed is doing something. I saw Kai Cenat's doing something. And it gets them to want to tune in. And that's the whole point of it. But again, that's how you see the difference of, like, Netflix pushing it or fucking whatever network pushing it. And then who they're choosing. Like, Jelly Roll was definitely one of theirs. Because they fucking like to have... And
he was the biggest thing at that moment.
Yeah, and you see the difference. Like, you see when it's like, okay, now we're going to get them to do bigger things and just, oh, they're here. You know?
Yeah. Fucking, now, I said this to my brother. My brother, he had a little bit more faith than I. Kai Cenat is not one of those people that when you say he's going to host SummerSlam, in my head, I'm like, I'm sorry, what? I'm not saying he's not good, but I'm just saying the way he streams isn't conducive to live TV where you got rules and shit. Like, I don't see him as a host. Like, he can do outlandish shit with his boys because they do fireworks and all that other stuff. I can see him doing a skit here and there, but to host the WWE, like the way he speaks to his chat, he's yelling. Like, I don't like. I could see him doing what Speed did, or like those. But the host, like, you leave the host in the Bob Barker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so like with that, you know what it is, like. Because they kind of did. They've done it a few times now that it's like, oh yeah, this person is hosting,
and they do jack shit.
Barely see them.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's what they're gonna do with Kai. Like it's gonna be oh yeah, Kai Cenat is hosting. Meanwhile, he's probably just gonna be in the back, fucking streaming. Because I can see them do that. There's just gonna be him giving his thoughts all night, and then one moment be like, hey, you got to go out there and at least address the crowd. And then the thing is, remember, it's also 2 nights. So I feel like before we get closer to the summer, they'll probably announce, oh, for night 2, this person is going to be the host. Because is it me? I remember them announcing someone else was hosting. Like I feel like when they did the trailer for it being in New Jersey 2 nights, I feel like they announced someone else was the host.
To be honest with you, I only saw the post that they put in the chat.
Yeah.
The only host I know is I think Pat McAfee and Michael Cole are hosting the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. But I feel like for SummerSlam they had announced someone. I just can't remember who. But hey, again, it works out. It's bringing in that audience. And it doesn't take away. It's not like, oh, now all we're focused on is a host. You know, like I feel like it works out.
No, yeah, I hear you. It's just one of those things. Like I don't want y'all to get your hopes up. Because when Gigi made this, like, oh, I saw him, he's funny. I don't mind that. I'm like, oh, hold on. He's not Fluffy. Like, if Fluffy was hosting, I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's been there. He has his little skits with the guys. He knows his shit. Yeah. And he's not afraid of the crowd.
Yeah.
Because you can stream to hundreds of thousands of people, but when they're in your face,
yeah,
it's a different beast.
You know what it is with him? At least you could tell he has that love for this. Like if you saw his stream when he had John Cena there, and he's had a few wrestlers on there, you could tell like he's devoted to this. It's not just he started wrestling once or twice. You know,
I don't watch his my boys watch it at work, and I see a little bit. I don't watch it.
Gotcha. No, those I've watched. Like when it's like people like that, or when he's done like stuff with Kevin Hart and all that, I'll watch.
I saw that Cena was on there.
Yeah. I saw that. I wanted to hear that because I knew like, okay, I want to see where does John Cena take this? But then it's still like a lot of motivational stuff that was like, oh, this was dope. Like John Cena took the time. Like he knows the platform is fucking huge. Let me try to at least instill something, you know?
Yeah. I tried to look up who's hosting it, and all they're saying is that New Jersey is hosting SummerSlam.
Oh, okay. Because I could have sworn, like, I don't know if it was Cardi B, if it was Nicki Minaj. I could have sworn they said someone else.
Well, I know Cardi B announced SummerSlam at MetLife.
But that's what I'm saying. I thought they had said she was hosting as well, or I might have just imagined that shit. I don't
know. It's possible.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, I just wanted to get that out the way because I can't. There's certain things I can't let slide.
No, of course. Again, I said it on Monday. I said it. I legit. The minute I saw him, I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing here?" Like when I think you were in the bathroom and me and Gigi just like, I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing here?" Like, really? Like it's bad enough that roast shit, and then people are already, again, thinking he's hosting WrestleMania, which I'm glad that's not the fucking situation, because again, that definitely would kill a lot of their viewership.
Yeah. But shit. I want to get your thoughts on
Jey
Uso's promo.
Okay.
Because I know Damien and I think it was Josh was talking shit about it. You know, they didn't like it for whatever reason, but
yeah, they were saying it was boring and this and that, and I don't get how. Like, I thought this is what we needed. We needed the rawness of Jey Uso. We needed that moment of him having that, like, you crossed the line, so now this is different. This isn't happy go lucky. This isn't like, I feel like the crowd didn't understand the moment for a bit.
Yeah, because
like,
he told the crowd like a couple times, like, yo, stop with that eat shit.
Yeah, like this isn't that time now. This is something else.
This is serious.
This is the only thing I said on Monday, and I want to see if you caught it as well. Because Jay said all that, but then before he left the ring, you could tell he kind of didn't believe what he said. Yeah. To me, he looked scared. Like, it didn't feel like he believed what he said. Which, again, realistically, that's the best story to tell with it. That's almost like, well, he's supposed to say that, and he believes it, but is it his actual thought process going in?
So, you have anger issues, right?
Yes, at times.
All right. So I had extreme anger issues.
Got you.
And it's hard to articulate shit. That's why Jey Uso's promos don't always hit when he's talking to someone, because I could tell I'm not about this talking shit.
Yep.
And remember when I told you that he's not this guy that's supposed to be vulnerable? He's that I'm going to get him. When he was the right-hand man, I'm going to get him. Like, he turned into that I'm going to get you. And when I saw his face, a part of me was on some, this man has fear in his eyes, but it's not of Gunther. It's the fear of him. You know what I'm saying? Because imagine his mindset, right? You tied me up and you mutilated my brother in front of me.
Yep.
You know how much I love my brother. My mother had to ask me why I didn't protect my brother. The world seen what you did to my brother. You fucked up.
Yeah.
And now everything I built in this company, I'm going to throw it away, because now I'm fighting for my life here.
Yeah.
I'm fighting to end your life. Like, you don't understand. This isn't a wrestling match for me. Like, now, like, it's the realization of, I'm going to fucking kill you. You know what I'm saying? And I think if they articulate it right, I think that's where, what's going on, Jeezy?
Killer.
I think that's where the fear in his eyes came from right when he was leaving the ring.
Okay.
Like, that's where I wanted to go.
I hope that's what it is. Because that was my moment there. That I'm like, fuck, you just said all this dope shit.
Because as a family, that's what that you would do. Like, him and his brother, day one, born together, raised together, in the streets together, bloodline together. They fought Roman Reigns together. Like, they did so much shit together. You did that to my brother in front of my fucking face. That's what I want that scared look to be.
Got you. See,
that's where I need it to go. I need Solo to go up to Jay and be like, yo, bro, you got one chance. Otherwise, I'm going to have to get him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's Solo brother, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It got to be real for the family.
We need that little moment. Like what you guys said last week, I feel like, and more than ever, we kind of need that moment of just everyone giving Jay that moment of like, now is your time. Like, now is your time. That last little fucking tap, like,
yeah,
you got this. But yeah, that was my only issue with the promo. Like I said, the promo to me, it hit well. It did what it needed, but then that little like look of almost like fear still.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the reason why, like the way you explained it, that's perfect. But if it's still like him showing actual fear, I'm like, this kind of contradicts what you just said. Because you just kept saying, I no longer fear you, but you look kind of scared.
Bro.
But I love that Gunther's face, though. Like, Gunther now knows.
Gunther had that look on his face like, this wasn't supposed to be personal.
Gunther had the face as if he was worried.
Yeah.
He has the face now where he for the first time in a while, has doubt of himself. You know, the last time we saw Gunther have some type of doubt was when he was going up against Sami Zayn. And that's another oos right over there, you know, if you really like think about it and, you know, with the whole thing. What I really liked about that promo is that we got, I hate to say it like this, we got the stress out Jey Uso. Jey Uso, when he was the most stressed out on the bloodline, my man was doing this. Yeah. Like he was like, oh, I can't do it because my hair's too tied back and this shit hurts. But my man was stressed. This guy was right, all of that. And but that made him main event Jey Uso. That made him who he's supposed to be today. Yeah. You know? Yeah, he looked a little scared. I agree. When he was saying he wasn't scared, he still had that look. He didn't have, I don't know if he was, I think maybe because he's been kind of using this particular look, like his facial expressions, so much recently that right now that's the only kind of facial expression that kind of stood mentally with him. Like that's what he can do. But I did like how he came down the ring, no yeet shirt. Yeah. Only thing he had was just the glasses that said yeet. He wasn't yeeting. He wasn't going down. He even told the crowd, like, shut the fuck up. I'm not done. I'm not here to entertain you.
Yeah. Which is perfect because the crowd definitely just didn't get the point. Like you can tell it's a whole different kind of promo. This isn't Jay isn't like main event Jey Uso right now. This is fucking him speaking from the heart. Like he was
they thought that he was what?
Nah. You can't. Do that. You can't.
But you know, there's one thing I was just thinking about when he became main event Jey Uso and he went to Raw.
Yeah,
he was hyped. You know, he had everything. It was a rocket ship on him.
Yeah.
Then he's going to Gunther. Now he's doing this thing. When he said it, he's doing it for himself. He's doing it alone. He's always with somebody. That thing right there, psychologically, I'm doing this alone, would put fear in you. When you acknowledge, I'm by myself. You know what I'm saying? So now that's where that doubt could come in. And Jimmy went there on Raw, and he's like, yo, bro, I'm going to show you. This nigga ain't nobody. Like, you ain't by yourself. I'm here. And then Gunther takes him out. And now you are by yourself.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It's you know what this is?
You got to do this is the graduation evolution of Jay.
Yeah.
Where
you know what it feels like perfectly with it? Like it's Rocky 4. That Apollo's like, nah, I got this guy. There's gonna be nothing. And then he gets killed in the fucking ring.
It's funny because it's Rocky 4 with Rocky 3 involved.
Yeah.
Because Rocky 3, he was afraid of Mr. T.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I spazzed out yesterday with Rocky. Because Hodge can't watch Rocky but I had a little moment with Adrian. I was like, that's a fucking woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it again. But I'm just saying, I get it.
Yeah.
But I think that's what we need.
No.
Like, if we're going to do it serious.
Yeah.
Because it was kind of lackadaisical the last couple of weeks. With Uptown Down and all that stuff. But if we make it serious, this can be almost like a Bret Hart Austin type thing.
Yeah.
Where Jay is now, oh no, this nigga's, he's not a joke. He's not just somebody they throw out there. Like,
no,
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I said that. That's why I said a few weeks ago, I'm like, he needs something. He needs something to turn on the switch. Like, he needs that moment that stops the fun. He needs something that stops him from just he needs that switch. Because remember, with the fight with Roman, I don't think it was believable at a while till Roman brought Jimmy into the situation. When he kept doing that it was almost like having to become the am I my brother's keeper situation. That makes him have that switch. And he needed that here. Like, he needed something that's like, okay, now we can believe not only is he trying to win the world title, but now he has to avenge out of respect because you just took out my brother. So now it's a whole different situation here.
Word. But we go from one Uso to another because we finally heard the favor that CM Punk wanted from Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And I want to know how y'all think this is going to affect Roman Reigns. Because I know that a lot of people in different comment sections are like, what does it matter if he walks out CM Punk? That doesn't affect the match. But
It does.
It
Yeah.
does.
It does, because it proves that Roman feels that he needs to have Paul Heyman in his corner in order for him to be, not to say successful, but to have an upper advantage, I would say. But
It goes back to that. It goes back to Roman even said it once. He said, without Paul Heyman, there's no
tribal chief. But here's where the plot thickens. We hear the favor. CM Punk wants the wise man, his best friend, to be in his corner. But as we all just saw very recently on Monday Night Raw, that now, as Seth Rollins was about to kill Heyman, Punk came out to save his best friend. And just when things got bad for Punk, where Seth Rollins was pretty much going to eliminate him, right? Because that's the whole setup. If I'm going to hurt him, I'm going to eliminate him so he won't be at WrestleMania, right? Because that's his whole thought, that CM Punk does not deserve to be in the main event of WrestleMania. But he stopped himself, and then he looks at Paul Heyman and says, now you owe me a favor. Now, in my humble opinion, Paul Heyman don't owe Seth Rollins shit.
yeah,
you could have just done what you had to done, because at the end of the day, I don't owe you shit. You just didn't kill him. That's you. I don't owe you shit. You don't mean shit to me. I don't owe you shit. My tribal chief. I love my tribe. Oh, my tribal chief. I love you. I'll do anything for my tribal chief. But not at the but not at the stake of losing my best friend.
Yeah.
Mr. Clobbering Time. CM Punk.
He
But
made
Seth
that
Rollins,
promise.
well, fuck yourself. You know?
Word.
But
Word.
because it is WWE, because this is a story that we're telling, the main story here for this particular three-way that we got going on, the main story here, it's not about who has the biggest rivalry. It's about favors that Paul Heyman now owes.
Yeah.
It's all about Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman is the championship they're fighting for right now.
He's the GM that they want for their universe in WWE 2K25.
Word.
All right. We are putting Paul Heyman high above the ring. And this is now a ladder match. That's right. A Paul Heyman Money in the Bank briefcase match.
The winner gets Paul
The
Heyman
winner
services
gets Paul
for a year.
Heyman and a possible chance to for a championship match later down the road. All right, that's what this
Word.
is.
Where's Vince Russo? We need the dog cages just to put
Right?
Paul
The
Heyman
shark
up there.
cage, a little shark cage.
Word.
Put him-
Not the AEW one where the people can just
Nah, let's
fucking
put him in the one
get
where
through
Dom Dom
them.
was in. That was great.
Yeah.
That was great. He won't be able to get out like Dom Dom was trying to, but you know.
I
Yeah.
don't think Dom Dom should have either. I feel like he fucked himself more on that.
Yeah, no, he
situation.
definitely did. He definitely did. And you don't see Paul Heyman. Imagine Paul Heyman and Shark. No, we're not doing this
No.
again. We
Shit,
did this
him
already. We're not doing this
him-
again.
bleeding through the nose. I'm afraid of heights. But Damien made a comment. He goes, this Jay versus Gunther feud feels like I've seen this before, Eddie versus Brock. You know, Eddie versus Brock is almost the polar opposite of this. And I say that because Brock Lesnar was the beast incarnate, felt untouchable, and Eddie Guerrero was a man that had 20 years in the business. He went through addiction. He went through his demons. and he finally felt like now is his time to prove that he is the best and a different man than he was.
Yeah.
He had to prove something to himself, to his family, and to Brock.
Yeah.
Jay, on the other hand, this isn't 20 years of a career he's culminating. This is him getting over his fear of being solo.
Yeah. But there's definitely that similarity because Gunther has that almost, he was untouchable as Intercontinental Champion. He's been untouchable as a world champion. And there's that feeling of Jay needing to still prove himself. Because that's why I said that's the biggest thing you can use from the promo Monday is that I don't think he believed his own words. He still needs to prove it to himself. Does he have the killer instinct he needs to beat Gunther at WrestleMania? Like, as much as people are questioning, is he ready? Is he ready? He has to prove it to himself. Is he ready at WrestleMania? Like, that's the biggest thing you can use when it comes to that. Because with Eddie, like he said it, like he was afraid. He didn't know. He didn't know if he could hang with Brock Lesnar. He didn't know if he could be that guy that needed to be WWE champion. Like, he was a guy that, again, because of how WWE was, he shouldn't have even been there at that point.
Yeah.
They had fired him already.
But the difference with Jay and Eddie was Eddie proved to himself getting over his addiction, becoming a better father, a better husband, a better friend, and all that other stuff, and changing his life before that. So it was almost like I proved to myself that I'm this person. I'm going to prove to the world I'm this person. Because the thing is, when you're an addict, you hurt people.
Yeah.
And most people can't see past that. You have to prove that you're not them. You're not that person anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I get where you come with the similarities between that. It's just the background's different.
No. There's definitely a different with the other side of it. There's definitely a big difference. But I'm just saying when it comes to the in-ring and when it comes to purpose, almost like there needs to be that purpose with storytelling. There's a lot of similarities with it. Like there's just other things outside of it, but it's like there's still that drive is almost the same with both.
If Goldberg's sitting in the front row, I'll give you that one, Damien. If Goldberg's sitting in the front row WrestleMania, I will give you that one.
Wait, what did you say?
People are that it's the build up between Jay and Gunther feels like Eddie and Brock. Remember Goldberg helped Brock.
Okay.
Help Eddie.
Yeah.
But people were saying that it was supposed to be Goldberg versus Gunther.
This is the better idea here.
So
to me
much
it is
better.
Yeah,
especially if it's gonna be a 4-world title. If this was just a regular match, okay, I get it.
That possibly will happen at SummerSlam. Gunther versus Goldberg.
No, thank
just
you.
Straight up singles will probably happen.
No, thank you. No.
It's gonna.
No.
It's
no.
It's gonna happen.
No, because I want to enjoy SummerSlam.
Well, there's 2 nights. One of the nights, unfortunately,
I want to enjoy both nights of SummerSlam.
With Goldberg fixing his shoulder, it's a different Goldberg.
I hope that shoulder gets torn up again.
And also, we're talking about Gunther.
Yeah.
I want Gunther to slap that. But I want Gunther to slap the shit out of that soldier that he's getting repaired.
And I think it's possible. I think Gunther's the type that can do that shit.
Off screen. Like how Jade landed on the car, that's what I want. Off screen and off for lots of months. I do not. They can take this to Saudi. Leave Goldberg for Saudi. You know what I'm saying? Don't bring him here to New York and New Jersey. Don't bring him. We don't want him. We don't want him.
Listen, it's either him or Hogan.
No, we don't want neither of them. No, we don't want neither of them.
Like with Goldberg, it's not even. He hasn't done anything wrong. It's just a situation of you already had your swan song moment, and then you came back, and then you have that horrible match with the Undertaker.
Terrible match.
I think that's what he did wrong. 2 things he did wrong that people don't. He had that bad match with Undertaker, and he beat the Fiend.
No, he didn't beat the Fiend. He went through him like nothing.
Yeah. I think that's the two instances that make no one want him anymore.
Yeah. Like his match with Drew, don't get me wrong. His match with Drew was great. Like I liked his match with Drew McIntyre from a few years back. But it's just like you already had the time, like that moment that you wanted to prove, like, hey, still can go after the Taker match. Okay, cool. You want to have that one more redemption match. Cool. You did that. That's it. Like you don't need to keep going here. Like it's over. But
Damon goes, didn't we get this last year with Sammy versus Gunther? Yeah, but not for nothing. Even Rocky was afraid of Ivan Drago.
yeah,
Like when Apollo Creed touched gloves with Drago, the match was over. Apollo was like, holy shit. Like, you saw in his face, like, this nigga's strong. Like, he wasn't expecting that.
yeah,
Rocky knew what he was getting against Drago,
yeah.
and he was worried. When you go up against someone like that, it don't matter who it is, unless you're fucking someone the same size as Gunther, or has that, you've been tested like that already. This is a test for Jay. That was a test for Sammy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I can understand why it's similar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if Roman was going to do this shit against Gunther, I'd be like, nah, fuck out of here. Why are you afraid of Gunther? You're fucking Roman Reigns. You know what I'm saying? You main evented 11 straight fucking WrestleManias. You fought Brock Lesnar 82 times.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason you should be afraid of Gunther. Goldberg's racist? How is Goldberg racist?
Wait, who said that?
Oh, quit manifesting Goldberg and the racist. Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what I was like, wait, Goldberg's racist? I don't remember Goldberg saying anything racist. I just know, again, he probably should be wrestling right now. Yeah. That's not a question.
But I'd rather Hogan than that motherfucker that was on commentary on Raw.
I'd rather neither. both
Listen,
should not be around.
You
Both
only
of
have
them are
you only have
terrible.
one choice.
No,
I don't want any choice. I want the one that says none of the above. That's my choice.
Then you get Goldberg versus Gunther.
And you know
I'd
what's
rather
crazy
take
is
that.
that I was talking to my mom about that, and I was like, I'm not going to support that. She was like, wouldn't a roast be so good, though? I was like, okay, you didn't hear what I said. Let me explain to you who's hosting it.
Yeah.
Remember the person that called Puerto Rican an island floating of trash like that? And yeah, man, fuck that guy. He's the one that's hosting it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I said. They have so many other comedians. Like, I was talking with Toe about it. There's so many other comedians they could use. Like Fluffy. Fluffy is a fucking WWE super fan. And the fact that you would use this motherfucker that
for a roast.
No, but the thing is, that's what he does. That's all his comedy is fucking reactions and fucking roast shit, because that's where he gets to fucking really say this stupid shit and get away with it. But for something like this, knowing how vocal the fan base is, that's why they were like, oh, we're just going to be for the people there. Like, it's not being streamed. It's not being put out by WWE. It's like, of course you're not going to put it out, because you know that fans are going to fucking chew it up bit by fucking bit. Like, him showing up on Monday, it's just like, nah.
Nobody
Like,
wanted that. Nobody
not at
wanted
all.
that at all.
But it is what it is with that situation, because, yeah.
I need to stop watching this particular video over and over again. It's about people
What are you
falling.
watching?
I'm watching people fall and hurt themselves.
Damn.
It came up, and it was like if there was only a page dedicated to funny falls or funny things, and it's just like stupid shit, like people jumping and hitting themselves in the head because they're too small or too short, or apparently I was watching some girl throw up a basketball up in the air, and then it hit the light, and the light broke, and then it fell on her head. Watching somebody get attacked by a deer for no reason.
That's always fun. That's always fun.
Those are funny.
Yeah, those are great, right? Like, I love these.
It's always
Like, I'm
funny
here
when
for
there's
this.
a voiceover over it, though. Like,
Yeah.
fucking, that's usually, like, if I'm going through, like, an anxiety spell or some shit like that, I'll instantly just look up Tony Baker's voiceovers, because he just does it with a bunch of animals. And that shit just, bro, you'll be dying for hours watching that shit.
You ever see those cats try to jump somewhere and they go nowhere?
Yep.
I love those.
Those are the best. Mr. Loki says, I want Jay versus Gunther to be the match of the night instead of the triple threat. Well, I definitely think it's going to be one that it's going to be the most talked about. Like, it's going to be talked about, especially if Jay does end up winning the world title. The moment is going to be what people talk about. Like that.
I'm going to be real with y'all.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about Jay.
Yeah.
But all honesty, last year, him and his brother, that match was a disappointment. And I only say that because that was my match of the weekend. Like, my brother
Also, when you were
told
looking
his
for.
friend, this is the match you need to watch. Like, he was the Attitude Era wrestling fan. The Rock came, he started watching wrestling again because The Rock was there. And my brother's like, yo, you want to watch a fucking match? Jimmy versus Jay. That's the one you watch. And then he watched it and was like, what the fuck was that? And he had to apologize, like, yo, I'm sorry.
You want to know what's
I didn't
crazy?
expect
You
that.
know what WrestleMania match made me feel that way? The match with Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton.
And yeah.
And where Alexa Bliss and the box and everything, like how that whole thing, how quickly, first in fact, it opened Mania and it did not live to any of the expectations that it was supposed to.
Yeah.
That was,
There was a lot of DDTs
and
off
mind you, that was the match that I was telling people, no, you need to watch this because this is the biggest thing that we got going on. And then it turned to that, and I was like, what the hell was that? Like,
Yeah, and I think that's the worry. Unfortunately, Toe, even you just said it right now. One of the big stories going into last year's WrestleMania was Jimmy versus Jay finally happening.
yeah.
So I can imagine they're worried of, oh, we put Jay versus Gunther in the main, and it's another dud, just in case. It's
Yo.
a can you take that as one of your mains?
But you can't look past Gunther's ability to make someone look amazing. Like, I'm not saying that the Miz is a pushover, but the match that he had with Miz, what was it, Survivor Series, was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. No, but
like, if the Miz won the Intercontinental title that night, no one would have been
Yeah,
mad.
but it's not.
Maybe
We're not
except
talking
for
about
like-
the Miz here. We're talking about like a WrestleMania moment because
I
that's why
I know,
Ray
but I'm
was
saying
like
that
saying a dud.
that's a testament
A
to
dud,
Gunther.
right?
Yeah,
But
yeah, no,
but the thing is,
definitely.
it's not that. It's just it's not just a testament to Gunther. We know Gunther could work. We know that Jay could work. We know that Jimmy can work.
yeah, no, and that's the risk, unfortunately, because not slouching either Jimmy or Jay. It's a situation of we can all be ready for it. We can all be looking into it. There's a lot of matches that all of us are like, oh, this is gonna be fucking dope, and then the match happens, and it's like, that wasn't what we thought it was gonna be. Like the Edge versus Randy match they did a few years ago, the one that they built up as this is
greatest
gonna be
match
the
ever.
greatest match ever, and then it's just like,
Womp womp.
You know why?
well, they highly produced the hell out of it. It wasn't a
Well,
match.
it was a fight. There was no wrestling involved in it.
To me, it just
Most of that match was through the whole arena.
Yeah, and that's what makes it just like this could have been something else. Because it was the funniest thing because it's the greatest match ever that wasn't technically a match.
Yeah, like
It's
if
just
you
like-
want to talk about a match, like the greatest wrestling match ever, Owen Hart versus Bret Hart,
Yeah.
you can advertise the shit out of that.
Oh yeah, but
Randy-
that's the thing. They'd even
Yeah,
that was a match that they'd even really advertise like that. It was one of those that there was a story to it, but there was nothing of like making it. Oh, it's finally
It was
happening.
Bret
Brother
versus Yoko.
Yeah. It was like no one needed to advertise like that. But it's talked about like this. Like this is one where again, the focus right now could be on the triple threat with reason. But it still can be something. Like it's still this Gunther versus Jay, like I said, with all the elements that they have now, is gonna be one that reaction when Jey Uso, when it's 1, 2, 3, and your new world heavyweight champion Jey Uso, it's gonna be what people talk about, even going into night 2.
Yeah. So I see a lot of people over here talking about the booking for Jay and Gunther. It has been bad, but 1, it's getting better, and 2, a good match will always overthrow the bad booking.
I was gonna say, is it bad booking or is it again, it needs to start somewhere? Because if we do the Jimmy segment like a month ago, now what? Because it makes no sense.
Well,
that Jay doesn't just take out Gunther last month. Like you need to almost have that build again. Yes, was it a little too slow? Possibly, but you need something to get ready for Mania. You know,
for me, the bad booking was what they did with Down Under. A-Town Down Under. Just have them there. Fine. But Jay's destroying these niggas in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And then he's afraid of Gunther. It's like, okay, cool, you're going to destroy no one. Now, if he was losing because Gunther got in his head and he wasn't the same Jay, and Jimmy comes, I'm going to be your partner, I'm going to bring you back to the Jay you should have been or you should be right now, and then Gunther destroys him, it's like, yo, bro, you fucked up. Because he was bringing me back to who I was, and you making me someone I don't want to be.
Yeah, but see,
you feel me?
That's why you need that slow build, because you needed that moment where it's like, now Jimmy does need to be there. You have that moment where Jimmy needs to give him that motivation.
But the only thing is, you only seen the vulnerability against Gunther. You didn't see him fuck up in any of the other matches where he's destroying people and he's eating everywhere. Like, that fuck up needs to happen everywhere, because Gunther's always on his mind.
True.
You can't just fuck up when Gunther's in the ring.
Yeah, but you know what the thing was? I think it needed to be now, like these last 2 weeks that you had the mistake, and then you have Jimmy be like, "Don't you can't be slipping." Like, I got you. It needed to be that, because it needed to be, oh, he's starting to mess up when it's realizing this is real. We are less than a month away from WrestleMania. Because that's all of us. Like, that's the human reaction when, like, something becomes real. This is where it starts getting in your head that it's like, oh, shit. Like, this isn't just, oh, yeah, it's coming up. This is, oh, no, we are, there's less days than they were a little while ago, you know? Like, this is now, we're here. We're at the home stretch. So then having that moment of now having to fucking be like, no, now I got to step up because you just did this to my brother. Yeah. It works, because now we're, from this weekend is a week away.
Because everybody's been. Here's an analogy. You're on a scooter. You're pushing the scooter with the leg. Everybody's been pushing that scooter with the leg, going somewhere, waiting for the opportunity to lift that leg up and just let it coast.
Yeah.
And I think everybody got on board of the scooter right now when Jimmy got fucked up and Jay said this promo. It's all right, now we can coast. But it's like, yo, we've been pedaling for a long time.
Definitely.
People have to force themselves to be a part of this story. You know? And I know you're only as good as the last thing you did. And now that they're rectifying it, it's like, all right, cool. We're on board now. But from the beginning of it, it could have been better, and I think it would have been deeper. I think more people would have been on board. It's going to keep being a problem advertising WrestleMania matches for months out and then filling the months and the gaps. Filling the months of gaps. Well, they know who's going to main event WrestleMania almost a year later, like a year into it. But even if they didn't, they got to be thinking shit up. WrestleMania is the go-to game.
Yeah.
WrestleMania is always the thing you're thinking about.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, your plan is like, normal person, if I get money, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You ain't got no money. You ain't never played the lotto. But if you win money or find money, this is my plan. The WWE's, if I find money, is WrestleMania. And every year they find money. So they go, yo, you got money coming to us. This is what I'm gonna do with it now, and that's called WrestleMania.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So to fill those gaps should be easy, because they filled those gaps up with Rhea and Bianca and Io, where it was like Rhea and Io are best friends. Bianca's going through her shit with her friend, and now Io costs Rhea costs Io beat Rhea. Rhea wants a title shot, but Bianca's involved. The only thing is that they keep disrespecting Io, and Io got to turn up. And I'm for it, but it's also a little convenient. The white girl privilege. But not for nothing, though. Everyone always said that. Why don't you just grab the contract and sign it? When Rhea does it, you can't do that. I mean, Shawn Michaels did it. But then again, Shawn Michaels had the right to do it because he was the number one contender. It's just Benoit picked Triple H, and he's like, fuck you, I'm fighting Triple H.
Bro.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say like that's the thing too though. Like in order to fill those gaps, you have to do different things and just we're doing this, and then next week we're gonna do this again, and then the following week, hey, you remember what we did 2 weeks ago? We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like you have to start somewhere, and then as you approach, make that build more important.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The Mania card feels like the last second. You know why? You know why it should feel that? Well, I don't want to say should, because there's plenty of time within the week of wrestling that we get.
Yep.
To build multiple matches. But their main concern was getting John Cena over as a heel. Getting John Cena, that heel turn, getting that over as much as they can. And then having Cena and Cody getting that over. Roman, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. Roman in anything is over. CM Punk is over. Paul Heyman is over. And they said just attach Seth Rollins to it. So, their main focus is Cena and Cody. Once they establish that, then they could go, all right, let's do... Because for weeks and months, we've been having Penta in a situation where he's in that Intercontinental picture. With Braun Breaker somewhere.
This whole card, there's been, we're going to give you the tease. We're going to build this.
Yeah.
Like, didn't I told you most of the card already months ago.
Yeah. But AJ and Logan, I think, was just thrown together.
No,
that felt like...
Rumble, I said that was going to happen. Like, they teased it with the elimination. I was like, that would make sense. I'm like, do we need it? No, but...
I don't pay attention to him and shit, so I... But you know what I'm saying? Like it's as much as you can't really compare it. It's like a boxing card or an MMA card. You have your main event, you have your featured bout, and then the undercard.
Yep.
So the main event is Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. The main event is Cody Rhodes and Cena. The featured match is Jey Uso versus Gunther, and the other featured match is Rhea versus Bianca versus Io.
Agreed.
With the way when Gigi comes back, I want to hear about it. But with the way Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair is going with their promo and the way they spoke afterwards and all that other shit, is looking like that might open up one of the WrestleManias.
Yeah. But hey, again, they have to keep us interested. They have to make it where, okay, cool. You already know what's ending the show. We now need to give you a reason why the whole show is worth watching both nights. Because also that's the thing too that people don't understand now. It's hard enough to fill one of those nights and make it have the magnitude of what WrestleMania is supposed to be. Now it's 2 nights. Like, again, as putting together cards is one thing of trying to make it everything feel like it's a main event. And then it's the issue of, we also have to make it where both nights are worth watching, because logistically you have to make it where people want to buy tickets to both nights. And they have to make it the unpredictable factor of, shit, what night do I have to get tickets for? Do I have to get tickets for both? Because people already started with, night 2 is usually the better night. Night 1 has this, though. Like,
yeah.
Because for me, I'm not going to lie. Night 2 always feels like, hey, this is the definite night, because this is where you now get the real main event of the weekend.
Yeah.
But
the night 1 always seemed like the more hyper stuff.
Yeah, because it's night 1, you have those matches that's like, hey, we're getting you ready to enjoy that WrestleMania weekend on top of everything else you just watched that week.
Yeah.
Because, again, that's the craziest thing about WrestleMania week, because on top of all the WWE product, you now have a bunch of indie shows. Yeah. You have the Hall of Fame. You have NXT. It's like there's so much.
There's a fatigue there. Not for nothing. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre shit. Night 2 WrestleMania first match. It wouldn't have been as much of a pop if Damian Priest didn't come out.
Yeah.
Because they needed something to bring him back to life. Like, you just spent 5 hours out in the cold, screaming your heart out, full of emotion, night 1. It's WrestleMania, baby. No matter what anybody says, if this is your first WrestleMania, night one, your first WrestleMania. You're at WrestleMania. Night two, you're at WrestleMania, but you're fucking tired. You're tired because it's not like you could just go to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning and wake up and it's like, oh, this shit starts at 8. No, this shit starts at 5.
Yeah, and then again, that is after night 2. It's like shit. Like even if you watch it from home, if you're like a wrestling fan that tries to watch a little bit of everything, you've gone through everything of like starting with Raw on Monday, trying to watch NXT on Tuesday just to be able to be ready for TakeOver. Then it's like there's a bunch of indie shows starting up from Wednesday already. Like Wednesday it starts, then you go into Thursday, you go into Friday. Friday is a bunch of indie shows, SmackDown, the Hall of Fame. Then you go into Saturday, still bunch of indie shows. Earlier in the days, NXT. Yep. Then still more indie shows, WrestleMania. Then guess what? More indie shows. Then you go into
party.
Like so much shit. And then you go into, you know what's crazy? Wale Mania used to be like this thing. Like that's one of the things everyone wants to go to during the week of WrestleMania week. This year, they're streaming it on Netflix. So now it's like on top of that, now you have another thing to watch. Because that's like the crazy wrestling party where you get just random wrestlers getting together from all the companies, performances, fucking all that. So it's like before Sunday even hits, you've watched, let's say, almost a week's worth of wrestling. And it's still now Sunday. It starts around like 5, 6 o'clock. And you still got a whole stacked card. And then it ends with fucking Cena versus Cody, with The Rock getting involved and everyone else that's going to get involved. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot.
And then, let's not forget, the Monday after WrestleMania.
Man, like, I'm looking forward to it because it's Netflix. So that means there's no limitations to what they could do that Monday. Yeah. There's no limitations of who could possibly show up, what's going to happen. It's I love WrestleMania week, man. Like, it's fun. I don't like working it because the last time I had to work one of those by the normal WrestleMania, because by that year it was just one night, I was done. Like, I was falling asleep. What woke me up was Kofi Mania, and then after that I was like, I'm done. Like,
I hear you. Boris goes, what's going to matter more to Charlotte, punking Tiffany out or having a great match at WrestleMania? To be honest with you, I think if they keep going this way, I can see Charlotte being a little bit too much on Tiffany. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she's going to sacrifice having a good match. But I think there's going to be moments where Tiffany's going to want to do something and Charlotte's going to be like, nah, that's not how it works. That don't work for me.
I'm still hoping, because I think that's the direction they're going to take this. I think we're getting Tiffany over, though. Like, it's going to be a lot of moments of, oh, Charlotte's about to just win again. And then you have the shock. Like, I think we're getting that at WrestleMania. Like, and that's why you needed this. Like, I love that everyone's saying that they went off script, and I don't think they did. I think the whole point of the script for the promo was get a reaction, make money. Like, it's like the promo Paul Heyman says about years ago that Vince told him, you get to now, like, dig into me. And he talked about the difference of being wrestling and Vince killing that. And it's funny because it's like, okay, cool. So now do I get some of that money? He's like, no, your gift was getting to dig into me without any repercussions.
Yeah.
And it's like, that works. Boris, Tiffany doesn't have to win to get Boris. I'm not, I feel like her winning though. Yo, what's going on, DJ? Her winning though, it solidifies her more. It's not about getting over. She's already over. Like, Tiffy time is the thing. She's already over. And trust me, I definitely know you don't have to win to go over. A lot of people don't understand that difference. But she needs the win just to finally have that on the notch.
Yeah, I think WrestleMania needs to win because if Charlotte wins, I think a lot of people are gonna be like the same old shit. But to catch DJ up, we started off with that racist dude on Raw. If he was hosting WrestleMania, I wasn't watching. Then we started talking about Jay's promo against Gunther. What'd you feel about that?
Yeah, that fool. I don't know why he's even hired. I don't even know why they hired him. But hey, that's what we got. He sucked.
Yeah.
Let's just move on. Jay, I did like, so what I liked was that, so it was like that, like he's going into this dark place for a minute. It's like, so I'm about to go against this, irresistible force or immovable object, whatever you want to call him. And I just saw him, just had this very traumatic moment happen to me where I had to just sit there and watch this. And now I'm gonna have to hurt this fool. I've had I live here. What up, y'all? I live here in Inglewood, California. Okay, I've had some moments where I had to hurt somebody and I didn't want to. Like where I had they're like, no, you gotta fight this guy. And I had to go hurt. I knew I was going to because I know what I'm capable of when I'm upset. And they're like, and you're gonna have to do it. And so I totally connected with this storyline, like from that perspective, because it's like, yo, yeah, I'm about I'm not about I know I'm usually having fun with y'all and I'm eating and everything, but right now, time, everybody time out for a second, because it's about this is gonna be a little bit different, and that's, I like the tone that it took for that, and I'm tired, so. And then I guess just for me, also personally, just we're in this era of pre-hate. I'm going to name it. I'm calling it pre-hate. For example, I'm playing the new Assassin's Creed, right? So for months, this is supposed to be a bad game. Because it took so long to make. It's got this black samurai in it, and oh god, it's a good damn game. I don't know what else to tell you. The game is fun to play. It's one of their better Assassin's Creed that they have made in the last couple of years. So if you take your head out of your ass, it's actually and play the game, you'll actually like it. But you have people that I'm supposed to not like this, so I'm going to make every excuse in the world.
Yep.
To say that this is a bad game. Same thing with the last Captain America movie. It wasn't that damn bad.
No,
that movie was not that bad.
I saw it twice. Yeah.
Okay. And so it's the same thing. We got this pre-hate. So it's like, okay, Jay wins the Royal Rumble. You had all the people that disliked it.
Yep.
Fuck you. Why? Why did you dislike it? So you're probably the same people that say, oh, they keep bringing up the same people. The same people are in the title matches every year. Okay, we got a different guy. Oh, I don't like it. Okay, go sit down. Go sit down. Go outside. All right. So, so I'm glad that they're going with this. We just need a good match. Now we just need a good match. That's all that's left. So now put the bow on all this with having a good match. It doesn't matter if it's going on last. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, if you have Randy and Ricky Steamboat can tell you, it does not matter if you go on last. Okay, go out there and steal it. Steal the shit. Let the three, they got the triple threat match going last. Fine, we're gonna show you we should have been the main event, and that's how you do it.
What you walked into was me and Ray discussing a little bit of Charlotte Flair and Tiffany. We was waiting for Gigi to come back also.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we wanted your opinion on that one. But I think Boris had the question, do you think that it would be more important for Charlotte to punk out Tiffany or have a great match at WrestleMania? You think it got to the boiling point where this is so personal that Charlotte's going to sabotage Tiffany?
I could see it it's not above her. I can totally see it happy. But here's the problem. She's a younger, more athletic version of Charlotte Flair. So if she wants to try to throw some potatoes, she's gonna get fries back because it's not gonna work out the way that she thinks it's gonna work out, and she doesn't have Vince to tell the referee to tell them to go home and have Charlotte win. That's not happening this time. So then I personally hope this match is about a minute and a half, and Tiffany wins this thing, and Charlotte goes back and gives us another face. I'm tired of her. So so this is past her by. We passed her by. We're not like, you were great for when we wanted to come out of having divas in the ring, and you brought like real wrestling. Like, so now it's like, to be a women's wrestler now, you got to be able to wrestle.
All right. I want to get Gigi's point of view on that too, but I want to go back to what you just said, because I had a point with my brother.
Okay.
But see, Ray, that's why I was saying I think the WWE needs Tiffany to win because of that. What he just said. I'm tired of Charlotte.
Dude,
I think Tiffany should go over. Somebody needs to pass the baton.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was essentially that's what essentially this should be. Charlotte passing the baton to Tiffany Stratton as she leads this new generation of women's wrestling.
Yeah.
Solidify her as the champion. Stop letting Charlotte bury the young talent. And, and I do want to touch up on something. We all know how messy Charlotte could be when it comes to the women's title, as she was very messy with that whole shit with her and Becky Lynch when they just had to exchange titles and they exchanged words, and then she dropped the title purposely, and then Becky just like tried to be as much as a professional as she could be, but Charlotte was just being a fucking cunt. Which, by the way, I think I saw Courtney. Courtney, no, this is not my sweatshirt. But I do. This is one of my favorite ones from We Are Assholes, or Everyone's an Asshole, something asshole. Yeah. Assholes Are Us. I don't know. But the best part about it is that it does say, don't be a cunt.
Okay.
That works.
Don't be a cunt.
Yes.
Don't be a cunt.
And I'm going to agree with that.
Don't be a cunt. And the back has really big too. It's great. So that way, if you don't see it in the front, you'll definitely see it once I'm walking by you.
No excuse.
No excuses.
That's one of the rules in the boys.
And it's very nice. It's in like a crystal ball. So it's like I'm seeing your future, and it says, "Don't be a cunt."
Hey.
But Charlotte Flair never got that memo, as she was very cunty. And she continues to be cunty. And by me saying that, she in that promo completely went off, where there was a lot of things that it was just messy all around. Where Tiffany Stratton called her a nepo baby, which is not wrong, but clever for Charlotte Flair to say nepo queen, right? She's owning it.
Right.
She's owning it. Oh, nepo queen.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and try me there? That's fine. We've been here before. I'm not a nepo baby. I'm a nepo queen.
Yeah, I'm not sorry for being.
I'm not sorry for being a legendary's daughter. It's not like I chose it; it chose me.
Yeah,
it's not like she's the first wrestler.
I mean, I probably put more better content into what I said compared to Charlotte, but that was the only thing that was clever about it. But then Charlotte did this weird thing in the promo. She was like, "Oh my God, Tiffy, what is it? I can't hear you. Oh my God, you're so squeaky." Like, what? Like, and I understand why she did that. Was it necessary? No. And the only reason why she did that was because Tiffany, at that moment, I guess, got caught up with her emotions of what was happening. And she started stumbling over her words. Like, there was a sentence there where she kind of stuttered and she kind of messed up her line. Mm-hmm. And you can tell for a long time that Tiffany was just like, in her head, when she's going through the promo, she's thinking about the next line. And you can tell when Tiffany is thinking what that next line is going to be in the promo where she's having this one-on-one. Mm-hmm. And then you have Charlotte who is a spoiled sport would say, like, oh, she realized what she
That's a good
did.
saying.
So that's why she did the stupid, annoying, oh my God, I can't hear you. Your voice is so squeaky, Tiffy. Oh my God, what was that? Oh, what was that?
She
Tiffy.
has to capitalize because it has to be like a shark smelling blood. Like, because that's her role in this, is the aggressive veteran heel in this.
Yeah.
When it comes to Tiffy
but-
still being.
But
Being-
that wasn't.
Sometimes
that wasn't
when you go
being
that low,
heelish.
it's-
that was just
it's-
being.
Going to-
It was just being childish.
Cherish.
No, but
Yeah.
you have to, because it leads to, again, Tiffy now coming back and being aggressive, which everyone started thinking, oh, they're shooting. It's like, no, it's just a reasoning of now everyone believes it's a shoot, and that gets you more interested.
Well, I don't think so. In my humble opinion, I think it's just Charlotte being, again, a cunt, because Charlotte wants to be a cunt, because it's been said in multiple reports that she's a cunt. No, that she was the one that
The New York
basically
Page 3, Charlotte's a cunt.
yeah, Charlotte cunt Flair. I can't believe it. But
Going into
I-
business for herself.
listen, we
Oh,
can go
great.
on about this, but we won't. We cannot.
Yes. We can't do
We
this.
can't
Yes.
do this. But I digress. It something about it just took Tiffy, and Tiffy kind of noticed, I guess, Charlotte went off script, and then Tiffy decided to take it in her own hands by saying,
Mhm.
after this, you're gonna be pretty much alone, like how you are in your real life. What is it? 0-3? Woo! And Tiffy knew she wasn't supposed to say some shit like that. That's why Tiffy left the ring so fucking quickly. All right?
Yep.
And then Charlotte Flair
Thanks,
went
stupid.
ahead and said the line that we all knew that was full of shit. All right? Is that why Kaiser is in my DMs? Poor Wade Barrett didn't know what the fuck to do except to get the hell out of the ring.
Yeah.
All right? That's all.
Like-
He had one job. Try to conduct this. Try to keep them separated. It went too far. It's out of my hands, boss. But-
This ain't my bag, baby.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So,
I got
and now
some
here
bad news
comes,
for you.
and now here comes, like, you know what? I guess we're going to use it, right? Because now this is what everybody's talking about. Now this is
And that's what I'm
interesting.
saying, though. It draws people in and draws money. That's what I was telling Joe. To me, what that promo felt like was when Vince told Paul Heyman years ago, "Just make me money. I don't care what you say out there."
Yo,
You know,
It-
what it felt like to me was an old school bullying, but not like a vicious bullying. It was like Charlotte's going, you don't get nothing from me unless you take it.
Yeah, no, and that's what.
So if we're out there, I'm gonna give it to you, and if you don't have the balls to take this shit,
mhm.
you fucking lose.
Exact, and that's
You know what I'm saying?
It's Xena. What Xena did to Cody a few weeks ago. You need that aggressive, like, hey, if you're gonna do this, if you want to be that next one up, here's the mic. Don't fuck up.
I think we also
But-
did like Toe and I were we were celebrating the 30-year anniversary of the 5 Heartbeats.
Yes.
All right, and this and Ray's already laughing because he knows where I'm going. So in the movie, like the brothers in the middle of a concert, they start fighting, like for real fighting, right? And then the manager in the back was like, "Don't worry, we just gotta teach them how to use everything that happens." And then, so the next night, sell out the show again, and then they have like now they scripted it like, no, we need to stop. If we're gonna do it right, or we don't do it at all, and then they all rip each other's clothes off, and then nights like this, I wish, so that's what this was like. So like you guys are saying, Tiffany was like, I think the moment got a little big for her. She's like, damn, I'm standing here with Charlotte standing right next to me, and we're having a duel here.
Yeah.
And then so I do have to give it to Charlotte. I think Charlotte did it was a very annoying way to do it, but she was giving her a second to gather herself.
Yeah.
And to get into this. So, and then Tiffy was like, "Oh shit, okay, now you got me, I'm back." And then she starts throwing the daggers.
Yeah.
And then and she probably wasn't supposed to do that, but they went in the back. It's like, okay, use everything we do.
Yeah.
Grab your phone, Charlotte, go and lean into it.
So
and then
with
here we
that
are.
being said, we saw multiple reports that both of them got pretty much the bad end of the stick here, where it was called, what was it, a waste or some shit like that.
I don't think
Because
so.
they took it off. They took it off
They
the
completely
recording.
edited it. So
Yeah.
So, and it's funny that we say this, right? Because Tiffany went on air talking about, how on her side, when that whole thing went down. And then later on, earlier today, I should say, Charlotte Flair puts out a tweet.
Mhm.
And I don't know if you guys saw it, but if you didn't, let me read to you what this tweet says. Earlier today, Charlotte Flair tweeted, "After being blindsided by my personal trauma on live television, my character said something on air that was not true. And I'd like to take this opportunity to clear the air. I should have never called the Chicago fans smart. I sincerely apologize."
And that's what I was saying. Charlotte, grab your phone, and we're gonna lean into this. And that's what I
And
that's what
the
I was
thing, too,
alluding
'cause
to.
if this is something they don't want out there, I'm looking at the numbers right now
Mm-hmm.
on both the WWE YouTube channel and the USA YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
Both videos are close 500,000 views. They want to keep
Unbelievable.
drawing money. They want to keep drawing money. Like it works. It's stuff like that. Again, it gets people talking. You get the Dave Meltzers, the Busted Opens, the fucking Sean Ross Sapps. You get everyone trying to find, oh, is this a work? Is this a shoot? Did they do this? Do they have heat in the back? Like, all that starts speculating.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, it gets people wanting to watch the match now at WrestleMania. Because now it's like,
I just
are they
don't,
gonna have
I
a match?
just
Are
don't
they gonna
like
have
the
a fight?
fact that, I'm just like rubbing my eyes like all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm like looking at myself. I'm like, oh my God, that looks terrible. What the fuck is wrong
It
with
looks
me?
like at one moment it's just like, oh, the eye's gonna be
Either,
down.
right, that whole eyeball. I'm gonna start looking like Vader with my eyeball popping out. And I haven't watched that one yet. So, I just don't like how the fact that we have to bring personal matters and personal situations
Yeah.
to help or try to help elevate a match when it really just doesn't have any business to do with it. Like, we all know what's happening.
Well,
I personally went through 8 divorces. I haven't on to my 3rd, but 8. I'm okay. I'm not trying to climb up my numbers on divorces, y'all.
And you're not for the record.
All right, DJ out here. I call, you're 1, and I raise 1. All right, go fuck yourself, DJ.
Whoa,
All
Ray
right,
got what?
I'm not playing
7,
poker right now,
yeah,
nigga.
my number's up there. I can't talk about that one.
Exactly right.
And Ray and his like 50,000 baby mamas. No, he has more baby mamas, but he's never been married.
Word.
You want to know
Well,
why?
there was that one
Because
time.
they wanted him to sign a prenup, and he said no.
Word.
I can't do that.
We got to run
like
these
Because
Show
then
shows
you're
them
gonna,
somehow.
I can't take your money, and then that's what he did. He
For
took their
real.
money, and you didn't even pay none of your kids back.
Right.
Word.
That's why they never married you.
Word. Yeah. But I think the reason why Tiffy said it is because, if I'm not mistaken, that morning or the day before,
It was the day before.
Charlotte had the interview.
Yeah, it was the day before she had
explaining
that
all this.
interview that came out. But it wasn't meant to be used for this promo.
Yeah.
It
I
doesn't
think that's
matter.
why
It doesn't
Tiffy-
matter the reasoning why. You
Yeah.
know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? It doesn't. It really doesn't matter. The fact it matters that we had to go ahead and find something that was so genuinely. I don't want to say personal, because if we're able to talk about it on a talk show host, yeah, it was personal, but you can tell there was some emotion behind it. That
Yeah.
divorce actually bothered her possibly the most out of all of them. You know?
Yeah.
So for us to, or for Tiffy to go ahead and be like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna just go ahead and low blow her with this shit.
Yeah.
You know, it was honestly uncalled for.
The
So
crazy thing about it, why I keep saying it's just, again, working it, Charlotte probably told her, "Hey, use this. I already put it out there. Why not? Because people are talking about it anyway. Because before,
but the thing we end up finding out is that wasn't supposed to be.
Was it?
I think because to be honest with you, it does seem like a coincidence.
I'm just saying. I don't. None of it feels like, oh, this wasn't supposed to happen, because again, they're acknowledging it.
Unless that was one of those things where it's like Tiffany wasn't ready for, like DJ said, she wasn't ready for the moment, and she just took that low blow because it was the low hanging fruit.
Yeah. Because if they really wanted to be like, all right, we're gonna use this, they would have kept it in the video packages.
Is it taken out?
Yeah, they edited it out of the recording. Yeah, that's what the whole controversy was. They edited that part out.
But why is it still on all the rest of the stuff? That's why I checked. I was like, let me see if it's still even uploaded anywhere, and it's on all their social. So that's how
maybe they put it back because of this thing, but I don't know.
Too much.
That's what a lot of people were saying.
Too much,
right?
For anyone to ignore it.
Yeah.
But when they first came out, there was a whole bunch of reportings that came out that stated WWE has reportedly taken out the whole thing that why is my child leaving me a voice message like 2 minutes ago? I mean, I'm gonna get to that in a second.
WWE's taking that part out too. They're trying to hide the voice message from her child. It was her birthday the other day. Happy birthday to the little monster.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. I can bring her in here so y'all can say happy birthday to her. Wait, she said the joke on Monday, right?
Yes. Yeah.
DJ wasn't here for that. I'm pretty sure DJ will figure it out. We're going to give me a second. Let me go get her real quick so y'all can just say happy birthday and stuff. That way she feels nice. PRB.
Right. But when we finish this topic, I want to talk about the actual lineage of like the women's wrestling.
Okay.
Because I think people are forgetting who really brought back women's wrestling in the WWE.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
stay tuned, folks.
It was Sting.
So hey, going back to this subject, like I just like keep in mind, like I think WWE has gotten better with kind of using dirt sheets against us, like for
but that's exactly why I'm saying like it's working so many people, and I love it because look how long we're talking about this shit.
Yeah. Right.
And talking about was it a work, is it a shoot, and the real question is, did it get people talking? That's all they care.
Yo, what did I tell you, Ray? When CM Punk had that backstage fight with the Young Bucks and Omega and all that, if that shit was in WWE, there would have been a fucking 3-on-3 match at the next pay-per-view with those motherfuckers.
That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to capitalize.
Look at that.
Hey,
hold on.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I want to tell you guys a joke.
Well, you told them on Monday, but DJ doesn't know the joke.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Why can't orphans play baseball?
Why?
Because they don't know where home is.
Oh.
Yo, DJ had the same reaction we did.
Mind you, the only person that ended up getting it was Toe. Toe was the only one who was like, they don't have a home.
Don't even let her finish the joke. I'm just like, oh, I know where this is going, but I hope she doesn't say. And then, oh, damn.
Because a part of me was like, if anybody's gonna get heat for saying it, it's gonna be me.
I'm just like, oh, this is dark. I'm like,
no,
damn.
but
she went into her birthday with the dark humor already.
It's crazy how she says a joke funnier than that dude on Raw.
Oh yeah,
man.
Listen,
he's a professional comedian.
Yeah, I think she should have been the guest host of Raw.
You're gonna roast people. Are you ready to roast people?
I can't already do that at school.
She does it at school all day. She got this.
Yeah, because they mess with my bestie, and I don't allow that.
Get them. That's right. You stick up for your besties.
Right.
I have more than one.
Okay.
Oh, there you got all the besties. That's it.
Happy birthday. Close the door. Hey, don't take my roll. Put it back.
Damien, I think it was supposed to feel that way.
Right.
It's not
The
supposed
apology
to
there.
feel sincere. The whole thing is her still just saying, "Oh yeah, the only thing I said wrong was calling Chicago smart." So it's like
Right.
it's like this. It's not supposed to be.
Because-
It's not an
Because
apology.
at this point, it's already one of the most like different websites already have it on, and it's probably one of their highest gross videos that they got. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So at this point, there's no avoiding it.
Yeah. You know what else like made me think that this was something that they might have discussed?
Mm.
When Ric Flair said, I didn't like what she said because of what she went through, but I'm not going to say anything about it. You know, Ric Flair's the first person to fucking react to shit.
Of
If that was,
Yeah,
if
no,
that
'cause
was
he
real,
said,
if
but
that-
he was like, "That's the business of wrestling. I don't like what they did. I don't think that was necessary," and it wasn't. It really wasn't.
But I think if Tiffany really said that and she wasn't supposed to and she just did it to hurt, I think Ric Flair would have jumped in like,
Oh,
fuck this bitch.
But and
Because he
Flair
did that
knows.
plenty of times.
Again, Flair knows because Flair is one of those that kept saying, "It's already out there. Use it," because it gets a reaction. Because it's one of those where it creates that feeling of like, "Oh shit!" Prime example years ago with the fucking New Day when. And the worst part is they did it in Brooklyn, so it's just like they're about to get a reaction.
Mhm.
Is that they brought up about Woods doing certain tapes because of
And
the
that
day
rap
Not
after
get
battle.
all rated
Yeah.
R like your boy
Like-
Xavier Woods.
So it's just like, again, it's already out there. It's
Right.
on. It's gonna get people talking, and it creates that moment of now all the dirt she's being like, "Huh, this feels real."
Yeah.
Well, there's your illusion, folks.
And that's the point.
Yep.
That's the point.
Like it's supposed to make you question because again,
Yeah.
the only people that know in that ring are Tiffany and Charlotte.
Yeah.
So
Not even Wade.
not even Wade. Wade is just there like, I'm gonna go do my job. I'm gonna
But
go do
that's what
commentary.
makes it real. That's what makes it
Exactly.
real. Wade
And
is on some. He's the at first he's a cat. Oh, then he's like,
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go.
What you said, Michael Cole? Lunch? Catering called me. They got the muffins for CM Punk. That motherfucker been taking all the muffins.
No, and that's the best thing. Like that's one of those to unfortunately break a little bit of the wall.
Right.
On commentary, I don't like to know shit.
Right.
I don't want to know.
No,
I want to be able to give that reaction, and then after find out, hey, was that okay? Cool. Like after the fact, because I want to give genuine reactions, and Wade gave the most genuine. I'm gonna go.
So, hold up. No one knows that they're throwing the baby out there, Ray, but you still don't say it.
Wow.
I tried to put it into context the best way I could for the fucking
He
HWI.
threw the baby is enough content.
You know what? I'll try to get it sometime again this weekend when I call matches at Titan. I don't think it's gonna happen during the James Storm match. I don't think that's when it's gonna happen.
He might.
Maybe if he hits
Anybody
the
gonna
eye
throw
of
a
the-
baby?
when he hits the eye of the storm and be like, oh, he just threw him like a baby again. That's the only way he fits.
No, not like a baby. He threw the baby.
But no one. No, how am I gonna just get that into context? It makes no sense. Just calling a match.
If you're supposed to be nice with it, Ray, you gotta fit it in. Yo, if Dave Chappelle and then I punched her in the pussy could fit it in a joke, you could fit it in there through the baby.
Wait, no. He told the crowd that he was just gonna somehow that was gonna be part of a joke,
Right.
And
and
it
then
was.
just randomly said it. It didn't fit in the joke. It just like
It fit in
"Yeah,
the
I
joke.
punched her in the pussy." Like that did not make sense at all.
Perfect sense. We all got it.
Oh,
And see what you did, Ray?
oh,
Because you won't throw the baby, Gigi left.
What did
I was
you
like,
do
damn.
now, Ray?
Gigi
Yeah,
got
let's get
totally,
Gigi back in here.
Gigi
I've
got
been
so
salting
offended
Gigi,
by
Ray.
me saying, and then we punched her in the pussy.
I was hearing you guys, but all
Okay.
you guys were frozen on my screen.
Oh, dang.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I had to like just refresh the whole
And then
thing.
we all
And
had
Toe
crazy
is-
faces.
Wait,
and-
is Toe?
Yeah.
I don't even see Toe.
Oh,
Oh
shit.
no, not again.
Am I on the show?
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I'm on
I
the
hit
show.
refresh.
Did John
I'm
Cena
gonna
come
hit
in the room
refresh
with
again.
you, Toe?
I'm gonna hit
let me make sure Toe's even on the stream because we had this issue with show the other day. No, yeah, you're there.
Can you
Girl.
see me?
Can you see me?
Can you see me? I see you, but can you see me? I see you. You don't see me. You see me?
No,
Can
I see you now. I don't know what the fuck was. I don't know. My shit is going off and everything like that.
Oh, man.
Today's show is brought to you by
No,
Riverside.
Damien, see that's the line you
Right?
I got you right here. Hold on.
That's a comment.
Powered by Riverside FM.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, Damien, that's one you don't go into though. That's like that's something I don't think Charlotte would even agree to. Like, hey, you want to use this? Like, no, that's a whole different line that you can't.
Oh yeah, nah.
You can't hit that. Like that's why I said this. It's out there. It's fucking. It's
Unless they were really gonna fight each other that night, you don't say nothing
Oh,
about
yeah,
it.
no,
no,
that was
no,
about
no.
to be.
Yeah,
that's it. Just that's bad taste. Like this,
Yes.
it's like it's out there. They both
on,
talked
you're-
about it already. It is.
I mean-
what it is. But that's a whole different.
everybody gets a divorce once in a while.
Unfortunately, we're in a
Yeah.
situation now where divorce rates are higher than marriage rates at this point.
Word. I haven't even been married. I've been divorced 4 times.
See?
You know what I'm saying? Good. But going back to what I wanted to get talk about with DJ.
Yep.
Is now I hear a lot of the 4 horsewomen. They brought women's wrestling back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh, excuse me.
yes and no, because we had it with Moolah and Sherry. It went away, and then we had the valets. They tried Medusa. She went to WCW, and I feel like when you talk about the 4 horsemen, you overlook the sacrifice that the women, like Trish Stratus, Lita, Molly Holly, Jacqueline, Jazz, all those things that these women had to go through to solidify women's wrestling on the roster.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you overlooked that by saying Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bailey brought back wrestling for women. Because the thing is, like, remember, they're wrestling in thongs and bras in mud. They're kissing Vince McMahon's ass. They're putting on lesbian sex shows. You know, like, they're showing their tits on TV. Like, this is the shit that we grew up with, the women
Right.
wrestling, having to wrestle.
Unfortunately.
You know, China was larger than life wrestling men. She wasn't even wrestling other women.
Right.
And then it evolved into their their WrestleMania matches now. They're main eventing Raw. They're having stipulation matches.
Yeah.
They're not just eye candy anymore. These are legitimate women wrestlers.
No.
And it turned back into that diva-ish stuff when you had the Diva Search winner. But even then, you had women like AJ Lee and Michelle McCool and Mickey James that were certified wrestlers.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even at that point, like, unfortunately, with Michelle McCool, like the Michelle McCool, Maria, Layla era, all that, they were still kind of pushed down.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Like,
they were.
They tried to wrestle. And
Yeah.
then there would be that point, like, I want to say it was Michelle McCool and Victoria had a match. And this is still when they were taping SmackDown.
Yep.
Mhm.
They were told,
to redo
yeah,
it
you had to restart the match
because
because,
it was that damn good.
yeah, it was too good. That
It
looked
was
better
too
than
good.
what the
And
guys
it was
were
better
doing.
than some
Yeah.
of the men's that they had on there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah,
one
even-
of those where it's like, really?
Layla was just in an interview with Busted Open
I
saying
saw
that,
that. Yeah.
yeah, she was like, they told me you were just eye candy. They don't give a shit about you.
Yeah. Which is,
And
it's
And-
insane. It's sad to see
Like-
because that's the fucked up thing is for a lot of wrestling companies, that's still how they treat women's wrestling.
yeah, but the thing is, it's like we didn't know they were going through that, but we see, like, if you have half a brain and you know wrestling, you see the struggle these women are going through to even be on the show.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that whole message of Charlotte and them bringing wrestling back, no, man. I think they were the generation that were treated fairly.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like they had the opportunity to be equal.
You know what it is
Because-
though? I think that again, that's another one where it's like almost a misinterpretation of what's being put out. It's not that they brought it back;
Right.
they were the ones that were able to pioneer it to a sense of this is the style we're in now.
Well,
Because yes, they were given the opportunity.
they changed. They were the era that the WWE changed the scope of women's wrestling.
True,
You know what
but
I'm
you
saying?
also have to be able to like
It's-
it's the talk and walk the walk. Because if they would have given them that opportunity, and then again, it'd be a dud, they probably would have went back to sex sells. But they have to be the ones that can actually work that style. And then then we start seeing they bring in more people that can work that style now.
But my argument is Ray, is this: if they weren't so short-sighted at that time, and they gave those women the same opportunity they gave these women, women's wrestling probably would have been bigger. Because, like, half the shit they did, they didn't need to do to captivate the crowd.
True.
Like, Trish Stratus still comes out and is a fucking... I think she's a better wrestler now than she was back then.
Well, the thing is, her Lita, there's the few that if they would have been a part of this era, definitely would have been,
absolutely,
again, money. Yeah. Like AJ Lee was definitely in the wrong era. Like AJ Lee, if she would have been wrestling now, but the thing is, which I want to say that, again, not trying to slight a lot of those women, but there are the few that we can all agree that were hired because of the era that it was.
Yeah,
exactly.
And they weren't the wrestlers that they
absolutely.
are. Again, like this style. That's why they're saying like these four are always going to be like the viewpoints of, again, the Sasha, the Bailey, the Becky, the Charlotte, because they were that mold of what they were trying to create now.
They were the ones that they were the ones that in this day and age now were the ones that decided to set the bar for what women's wrestling should look like moving forward.
Yeah. Also, Leon, your Gail in WWE wasn't good because they didn't give her a chance.
They didn't give her a chance. Gail Kim was more bigger in TNA as a TNA knockout than she ever was in WWE. WWE didn't know what to do with her. They gave her multiple chances of the women's title and everything like that, but they never really let her go over.
Well,
she also
went
had
over
a different
once.
style.
I was gonna say, so with Toe, like I agree with Toe. Like I think she was trying to do too much. Like when you see her wrestle in WWEF, and she's full of botches. And it's like, because A, her partner was not ready for what she was doing, and B, she was trying to do a lot. Like it was like okay, you're all like your look. You're already, as soon as you walk through the curtain, you look like you were from the Matrix. You were done. Everybody was already on your side. You didn't need. There was a lot of stuff she didn't have to do, and she still tried to do it. And I bet you in the back, they're like, "Yo, I bet you if you slow down 2 steps, you'll be perfect." No, you can't tell me what to do. and then now you're botching.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, you got to go. You're going to hurt somebody. You got to go. And then when you look at her at TNA, she slowed down 2 steps. Yeah. And actually told the story in the ring, and that's why she was better. And that's what. Also, go ahead.
She came from the lucha libre style and also like the hard style in Japan. Like she studied different styles.
Right.
But the one woman that doesn't get enough credit, Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you ever see her wrestle someone, those are some of the best matches that you're gonna have with her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like Gail Kim and Victoria put on some banger matches also. Mm-hmm. Victoria was in that cage match with Lita.
Yep.
Like this is what I'm saying. It's like, imagine those women were looked at as equals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because now we're in a different time. Sex sold, women were objects, especially on TV. Now women are not objects, especially in wrestling. Some of your bread is gonna be buttered by the women.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we said it, women putting on better matches than the men nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot.
But if they were viewed as equal back in those days,
well, you also have to remember the viewership back then to what the viewership is now. Now there's more women who watches wrestling, not like me. I've been a diehard wrestling fan for all my life. I grew up to it. My mom grew up to it, watching Bruno Sammartino. She had my dad watch it. She got my dad into it, and my dad got me into it. there's a few of us, few women from my era, okay, that's been watching wrestling since the freaking 80s and 90s, okay, where and it's still very a heavy male dominating industry. You know, they didn't care for women's wrestling. Women's wrestling did not sell because the men did not really want it. The audience, the demographic was different then. Even during the eras of Jerry, because we all know that era happened. Okay?
Yeah.
That's where WWE was going towards. They were following a trend. And the trend even then was not women really wrestling, was women fighting cat fight style.
Cat fighting.
Cat fighting. That's it.
So that body parts would fly everywhere.
But that's it.
Yeah.
And that's what sold. If that's what sold on Jerry, Vince McMahon was like, I'm going to take a page out of that and I'm going to go ahead and do it for WWE, WWF, whatever. And that's what he went through. And then on top of that, it doesn't help that you have someone like Vince McMahon in charge back then who had a completely different view of what women wrestling would be, because he didn't have a vision for women's wrestling. He didn't care for women's wrestling. He didn't see the real draw in women's. My man didn't even see the draw in China. But it had to take Shane McMahon and Triple H to go ahead and sell him on the idea that a woman bodyguard, a woman of her physique, would be the bodyguard of a man. Vince couldn't buy it because the mindset that he had for what women should be is not who the women that are representing the WWE right now. Even when the 4 horsewomen were called up to the main roster, he was still not 100% sold on that.
No.
But he is a smart businessman, hence why he was like, well, I guess we do have to change with the times. So that's why it's very important for where the women are at now, and we can't really compare them to what it was back then because the mindset was different. The attitude, and no pun intended to attitude era, right? But the attitude was different. The everything in general was just 100% different to what it is today.
No, very, very much so. Because again, the presentation was a whole different thing,
right?
And just what the market is now. Like I said,
right?
Like there's still even again in the indies stuff like that. Like there's still places that don't understand how to truly book women's wrestling.
I get the point I'm trying to make is that what the women went through back in those days is what made women's wrestling today.
Well, no, it's
and
like
you know what I'm saying?
You're absolutely right because whatever woman who stepped into that square circle, whether it be Miss Elizabeth, Sensational Sherry, Luna Vachon, Jackie, Victoria, Ivy, China, fucking Alondra Blaze or Medusa, however you want to see her, Mae Young, and yes, I'm going to say her name too, the fabulous Moolah. And we say we would have discussed now because of the stuff that we know now of Moolah. We didn't know all that shit back then.
Yeah.
But she was one hell of a performer back then. She wasn't about tits and ass. But funny enough, Mae Young was.
Not in her era.
Mae Young was like, I'm in all these eras.
She's about tits, ass, and hands.
That's it. Tits, ass, hands, and taking the most insane bumps during the Attitude Era. An 80-year-old woman taking a bump through a fucking table. I was just looking at a whole video package over here of the amount of bumps Mae Young took during that era, and I'm like, damn, that is one strong bitch right there, man. I fucking man. I wish that if she had a daughter, make her daughter come out just like her and be like, fuck you, I'm Mae Young's daughter. Fuck with me and I'll fuck you up type of shit. Like I want that in my life. I need that. I need that. But
You think you tough? Go watch those video packages of Mae Young and fucking 85 years old getting powerbombed through a fucking table.
Man,
not even that.
You tell me
Power
you're
bomb,
tough.
angle slam, freaking
3D.
Mark Henry meet.
clothesline. You name it. That old woman took it, and then she gave birth to a whole hand. Amazing.
Word and scarred my generation for life.
Absolutely. And that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to make sure she scarred the younger generation so they don't have sex.
Word.
So, but I'm going to move forward really quickly.
the nutty professor.
I just want to, I'm so done. I am going to move forward really quickly. I just want to know if you guys are all, I just want to take this time in this moment. I just want to know who's going to go to Carlito's funeral tomorrow. Because if nobody knows, Carlito gave us an update that his funeral services are being held on Friday after he got completely completely split in half by Braun Breaker's spear.
You know what I'm mad about that?
Woo.
That he didn't have a piece of apple already in his mouth. So he could have spat.
Chill. He could have choked.
He could have been.
That would have
fast.
been great.
He would have been fast enough to. Tony Mariah main event. Well, it. Again, Boris, we're talking about again just what got us here. So yes, Tony Storm, Mariah May also are now showing that style, but it goes through what we just went. How we get there is because of where we just went with that conversation. That's why we didn't highlight it much there.
I tell you what, it definitely pioneers other companies championing women's wrestling.
Yeah, like
because when WWE was doing that with Trish, WCW wasn't doing shit with it.
They still have the Nitro girls. They still doing what they were.
And like Ray said, there's a bunch of companies out there, independent wise, that don't know what to do with their women either.
Nope. There's still these shows where you see it. Like it's almost why the stigma of when you see like all woman shows that it's like, oh, okay, you're trying to make a quick buck and you're trying to bring like unfortunately those type of wrestling fans, because that's why there's always the stigma when it's like, oh, it's cool to see like an all woman show, but sometimes it's like, oh, you're not doing this for the right reasons, are you? Because it can't be done. There's great ways to do it that you're able to have all women shows, because there's a lot of amazing women talent that are on the independent circuit right now, or even they're able to do independent shows. Like there's ways to do it, and that was the thing with this. That I was like, shit, I want to be able to have for respect. Okay, let's do this, and before you know, it's like, okay, yeah, we still got to remember there's only like with a whole card, there's only a few amount of spots you can do for this to do this. So
and the women are getting paid triple what they work.
I don't know about that now. Like we got a budget here, man. We got a budget. Don't put that out there because we got expensive. Just
you got somebody calling.
You got the good time for the.
All right, I'm gonna hide myself because I'm not part of this conversation right now. Sorry, Ray.
No, we got you, Gigi. You're doing the Costco run that has already been.
Yeah, the plastic forks and knives is the good thick ones that don't break when you put them in.
Gigi got that. Just gonna buy all that to make sure we're set.
Yeah.
But okay, I
got the solo
Carlito unfortunately taking that crazy spear on Monday. I don't know which was worse. Was his spear or the one that Speed got hit with at the Rumble?
Oh.
Like
No. So, damn. So I'm going to say it like this.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hard. Because for me, I feel like Carlito got the worst spear because Braun Breaker came running all the way from the back, so he had a lot of speed in general.
Man.
So my guy, I feel like Carlito took the worst hit. The thing is this. Carlito's trained for this.
Yeah. So that's the thing too. That you have to give Carlito credit.
Ice Speed was not fast enough. I don't know why he had the name Speed in his name where he was slowpoke. All right. He was slow. All right. No, There was no speed in him whatsoever. The speed
Maybe
was
it's one
how
of those
fast he
reverse
fell on his
nicknames.
ass when he got
Yeah.
speeder.
No, and that's the thing.
He hit
Credit
the
to
ground and
Carlito
wrecked it.
because he makes it like he adds that emphasis of like, oh shit, like he just killed him. Because Carlito has to jump a certain way. Like that's part
Yeah.
of that fucking
And you saw it. We all saw it. If you know the product, you see it. You saw it.
yeah. You see that it looks
But-
like a fucking gunshot the way it fucking
Yeah.
Mhm.
But the difference is, Speed got hit by a spear
yeah.
that Braun Breaker was running.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker flew out of the fucking entrance.
Back.
He was
Yeah, he
flying. I don't think his feet touched the ground. He just
I still say,
Superman bow.
because of stuff like that,
It was a
again,
truck.
without a doubt, we could have the conversation of Braun Breaker will probably hold the world title before the year's done. Like he's at that level already. Like he
The
again,
world title
yeah.
after the Jay gets it. You want to strip it from him? You want to have this discussion again, Ray? I need to call Lay.
Uh-oh.
Let's explain to Lay why you hate AEW and Jey Uso.
Right.
No, you know
Let's
what?
just fucking do it.
We need Lay on this
That's the
show.
conversation you're going to have when it comes on.
We need Lay on this show. 'Cause I want to understand why again, I caught Lay with the fucking question last week. I'm like, wait a second. So if Jay versus Gunther main evented the show, did that change your opinion? And the minute he said, yeah, I'm like, got you. Because I'm
One
like,
more.
come on.
One
like-
more for the
Come on.
bad guy.
Like, because I get it. Again, it frustrates when it's not done a certain way, but it's like, that doesn't change the card. Because
No.
even, like, there's so many matches where it's like, this was a great fucking match. Does it need to be in the main event? Not really.
I don't want to speak for Lay.
Yeah.
But I personally, in this discussion
Yeah.
of that topic, I want it to be treated like it is the last match. I want that same level of commitment that they're giving Cena and Cody
Yeah.
to Jay and Gunther.
But
There's enough time for it.
so do you want? So is that from like how WWE treats it or the fan base?
WWE.
Okay, so
Remember, we're invested in this since that Hell in the Cell I
no,
Quit
but
match.
and that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
like,
saying?
me,
So
that-
for us, it's our boy out there.
yeah.
It's Kofi Kingston again.
Yeah, but
Mhm.
that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like if the reaction is still the same, if they still get again, that's gonna be a match we're gonna be talking about that Thursday after, that Monday after. It's still gonna be a moment. What does it matter if it's on again first, second, third, as long
No.
as it's on WrestleMania and not on
Yeah,
the
but
pre-show.
I'm talking about the build up.
Jeez.
I want it to be the build up the same way that because it is the World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah.
Right.
You know
And
what I'm saying?
I feel like now they're finally getting to that point that again they're building it the way it needs to be in these final moments. Like having that promo on Monday with Jay and Gunther. I want to see what they're gonna do next Monday with them as the go home show. Because now it's like this is it. This needs to be that stare down. That this is where you get the pull apart. You have the security there. Don't let them touch. Because the minute one of them like stands tall, that's it. People are gonna start speculating. Oh, that's it. Gunther's losing,
Yeah.
or that's it. Jay's
Right.
losing.
Yeah.
Like,
No, but this should be the last. Monday should have been the last time Jay says a word.
Yeah.
It's like I finished. I'm done talking.
yeah.
Like
No,
Gunther say whatever
can do
fuck he
that,
wants.
too.
I'm done talking.
You could do that on
And you
Monday.
see him
too.
change
Have
into
the
that
moment of
person.
Just it's over.
You know.
Yeah.
You see him change into that person that he's scared of.
Yeah.
But all right, enough with the WWE. See how Gigi turned off the camera, started talking about WWE. We want to get into why Ray hates AEW and why he hates Dynasty so much.
What
And
do
why
you
he hates
mean?
Dynasty so
Why
much.
I hate
Damn.
Dynasty?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm one of the only ones
so-
defending it in the
so,
chat.
no,
this
yeah.
week.
So there's a lot of controversy with Dynasty. Like,
Really?
not controversy, but a lot of people. Like I sent Ray the video. This fucking guy, I don't know who he was. He just went off.
Oh,
Fuck
no, but
Tony
that's-
Khan,
and that's
fuck
why-
AEW.
No, but the thing
You know,
is,
Like he went off.
no,
Bro,
and I'm not even gonna say his name because fuck him. Because everyone knows exactly who you're talking about the minute you bring that up.
Right.
But the situation is with him, WWE could give him everything that he ever said.
Mhm.
AEW could do the same. But because they do what they're doing and it's attracting everyone else. Nope, both companies are stupid. They're idiots. All this and that. The sad part is that, again, like DJ said earlier, they're in the stage of they're pre-hating it already.
Yeah.
And that was Dynasty.
Okay.
Dynasty from the beginning, when they're promoting these matches, oh, this is going to be bad, this is going to be bad, this is going to be bad, this is going to be bad.
And then it has to be bad. Like, as soon as they say it's going to be bad, that's it. It has to be bad.
It has to be bad. And it's like, how? And this is, I don't want to speed ahead because when Gigi gets back, we can fully break it down too.
Right.
But the Speedball, Ricochet, and Kenny Omega match
Horrible.
was a great fucking match. And the fact, no, and I know Toe was just saying it.
I fuck with you, yeah.
But there were actual people that said the match was bad.
Okay, I have some notes on the match,
Yeah.
but that's just my personal preference.
Yeah.
But before we get into that, I just want to say I'm listening to 86 Weeks with Eric Bischoff and his guy, and I didn't know this was an old episode because they were talking about Dave Meltzer.
Okay.
But it led into the whole, what is Jon Moxley doing? Like, what is it? Like, what is this gonna like turn into months down the line? Like, what are we getting to?
And
that's the question that Eric Bischoff has.
Right.
And I look at the date and I'm like, oh shit, this is from January.
Right.
Now, I haven't been watching AEW like that, but when I saw Destiny, I'm like, I don't see much of a difference from when this first started. So now the question is, where did they get to? Like I didn't know he was holding the belt in a briefcase, and that was part of this guy's meltdown. You need to see the title, apparently.
So,
like, is the title's kidnapped, and you need proof of life? I don't understand.
What's the point? Like, it's still there.
Yeah.
This gives you almost that. No, you guys don't have to see.
Yeah. He said he was going to change AEW, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And I don't really see a change under his but the Death Riders. I don't see how they change anything.
I'm going to give you. It's very ironic. Go ahead and finish your thought.
It was, but with the Young Bucks coming back, which apparently everybody hates.
Yeah,
I can see now how they can change because now they have power with them.
No.
But go ahead, DJ.
I think the ironic thing. So everybody remembers when Moxley went on, Talk Is Jericho, and told about all of his the last conversations he had, that last Raw, right, when he was telling you how Raw's done with Vince, and he's this old man that's out of touch. To me, it's ironic that now you are the guy that's out of touch. He is out of touch. There's no going around it. He's out of touch. He does not understand that the things that you're trying to do are out of touch with this audience. It's not working. He thinks it's working because he's like, well, I'm the heel. They're not supposed to be happy. No, nobody likes what you're doing. Like you have people walking out. It's like I saw the show. I went to Dave and Buster's, and so I'm watching this with a live audience. As soon as the lights went out, the whole crowd groaned. Oh, because we knew it was going to be some bullshit. We didn't know who was going to be there, but we knew it was going to be some bullshit. Then as soon as people saw it was the the Bucks, people had already paid their bill, were already walking out. That's how bad it was. So this is not even my opinion. This is what I saw. So he's out of touch. His matches are exactly the same. Why are you blading for? Like I almost thought it was funny that for a guy doing a sling blade clothesline on him, and then he goes out and blades himself. Like, so you're out of touch. You're out of touch of what people want to be entertained by with wrestling. You're not there. You're thinking about what you want to do. You have turned into your own version of Vince. And that's what I thought was funny. So here we are. So now who knows when he's going to decide, okay, yeah, I think now I can lose.
Yeah. And with the out of touch stuff, I agree, because it almost seems like I'm locked into this, and there's no outside force that can stop it. And cool, but you still need something that's gonna make people go, this guy is good. Like Mankind, Mick Foley, he destroyed himself, but he had that vulnerability that this motherfucker might die in for our enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like Moxie's doing this shit on some fuck y'all. I'm gonna, like, no one wants me to stick a fucking nail in my back, but fuck y'all, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that spot was, it's just like,
It's a dumbass spot, but you can
yeah,
say it.
you know, it's just like, well, to be honest with you, him personally, I see him as Superman because I don't think he's ever been hurt before. Like, I call him Superman because in every match, like, there's no, like, Swerve got his ass kicked the whole fucking match. He ate Swerve alive. And this is my critique now for the AEW matches. Like, yes. Are they good? Yeah. Are they athletic? Yes. But the same way we said Jay and Jimmy had 5,000 super kicks, and we say the same thing for the Young Bucks, Speedball threw that amazing spinning head kick 5, 6, 7 times. And at one point, I was like, yo, bro, it's a beautiful kick, but Omega is going to get CTE by the time he's done with this match. Like, you ain't got another kick, brother? Like, shit, bro. Every time you hit this man, it's that kick. Like, fuck. Bro, Taekwondo, you can throw a punch, my nigga, please. You can throw punches. I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck. You gonna kill Omega before we even see him back. Like,
I
fuck.
think that was kind of the point. Like, he has to put him away, man. Like, it's a good kick.
To the morgue?
It's a good kick.
Yo, at one point, I asked Leigh, I said, does this man feel pain? He did a fucking backflip onto the curtain, and you see his knees.
Oh, yeah.
Buckle and bounce. And I'm sitting like, all right, cool. That really must have hurt. And nope. Spinning head kick. Wakata.
Oh, no. It took him a second to get back on that. It took him a second. It gave that moment for Ricochet to grab the headset, and then...
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry. What am I missing here?
No,
I'm just saying that they tend to repeat a lot of the moves. But so going back to the Moxie. So we was talking about
Dynasty talk.
Oh,
DJ
okay.
with- yeah,
I didn't have my headphones on because they're connected to the thing, so I don't.
Yeah.
I don't. Whatever I was missing, I have no idea what the fuck you guys were talking about. That's why.
Yeah. We just
DJ was saying how Moxie's out of touch, and I'm giving like some of his examples, like his character's in a box and no one can get into the. But it was like Swerve's getting his ass kicked the whole match, and I know Swerve's thing is I'm tough enough to take it and give it back, but I seen him fight back against Samoa Joe. I seen him dominate against Keith Lee. I seen him win the championship and do all these things. Bro, maybe 3 of those bites don't need to happen. And Swerve can put on some offense. Swerve bladed himself after he got thrown over the table. Like, it was like, at one point, the match that I'm watching is like, okay, I want to be here, bro. Like, I do. I like Swerve. I want to be here. And I want to give Moxie the benefit of the doubt for my own belief of him being Superman. I want to give him that. Prove me wrong. I say this shit all the time. I don't want to be right when I make these critiques on these people. It's just the Speedball match is like, yo, dude, Ricochet will always be athletic. He'll always be a phenomenal fucking high flyer. And then I see that kick. And the first time I see it, I'm like, yo, that's a fucking beautiful kick. Then the second time, shit, he threw it the same exact way. Then the 8th time, bro, his brain only has fucking liquid in it, bro. You're gonna kill, like, I'm like Apollo Creed's trainer now. Throw in the towel. Like, stop kicking this fucking guy in the face.
Again, there was a lot.
I don't know what was worse. him kicking Omega or The Rock hitting Mick Foley with those chairs. Stop.
I gotta
Stop.
rewatch the match because I don't remember Speedball hitting that kick that many times. He hit different kicks. So I was like,
No, yeah. It was almost like every time they needed Omega to get out, so him and Ricochet, wow, pow, just smacking him with that kick.
I'm gonna be trying to sleep tonight. I'm gonna be seeing Speedball.
Just gonna see the
Listen, listen. Ricochet is forever going to be the meme wrestler, and what I mean by that. And besides that, the fact that my boy was doing commentary, that flying kick came out of nowhere. I said it to Ray. I said it to Ray, and it's crazy because I said it to Ray, and I saw it a couple hours later, and I was like, damn, it was my missed opportunity, but I was so fucking tired of watching it, so I was just like, done. Ricochet looks like who you would be. It's you. You are Ricochet. And then Speedball Mike Bailey's kick is Mondays, kicking you right in the fucking face.
Your word.
It's your first month of bill. Hey, it's me. And then that kick is, hey, your rent is due. Pow. You
just got your check.
You just got paid. Boom.
You got your headset on, talking shit, and then tag.
I decided I'm going to be positive for the rest of my life. Fuck out of here. Life hits you.
That is funny. But AEW Dynasty was actually a pretty good pay-per-view. But we, I think, we said it. Man, there needs to be breaks. Like a backstage segment, an interview, something to give me time to become ready and energetic for the next match.
And then they're worn out for the main, so you could tell the crowd is always worn out by the last two matches. They don't have nothing left to chant or cheer or anything. No. And that's what me and the folks at the bar were talking about. We're like, okay, they always make fun of, you have people that are the diehard AEW, they'll make fun of WWE. Oh, this is a 3-hour event and they only have 6 matches. And it's just like, wait, but those 6 matches are going to have some meat in it, so whereas now I'm watching, again, good pay-per-view.
It's the line of saying it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Yeah.
Okay, there was at least 3 of these matches could have happened on Dynamite. So it's just like, why are we having a round of a tournament in the middle of a pay-per-view? For example.
That first one was great though. That Oscar,
I'm not saying it was a bad match. I'm just saying, why is it there? Like, why are we having a round of a tournament, not going to the final?
Because it was the names that were in the tournament that they were like, no, we need to have this person on the pay-per-view. But we don't have a title match for them. What do we do?
Even though they got a title for everybody that walks out, walks out of the back has a title. So I think I got a title just sitting at the bar.
You get a title that says, welcome to AEW.
Right.
This is where the best wrestle. You already have a championship. Do I have to defend it? Not right now.
Nah.
Am I bugging?
Yes.
Or am I the only one that got the feeling that something was off on Dynasty?
What
did you feel like it was off?
Not the matches, like the fans. It felt like it was a little bit quieter than usual. Like the tone of the pay-per-view was a little off.
I feel like it got that way after a certain amount of matches. Like for that
they get exhausted. Yeah. They're exhausted. That's why I was saying they need a break. They need a backstage promo. They need an interview before the match type of thing.
Or
even an interview after a match. Like, oh, Mercedes, you just won your first round for the Owen Hart Cup tournament. Talk to me, girl. What's going on? Something. Some stupid shit.
Or
a
Tony
break. I need a break, though.
Yeah.
From the last match that I just saw to the next match I'm about to watch.
Yeah.
And I don't mean the break of a video package. I need an interview, a backstage statement, a promo, something that it's not
Tony doing her nursery rhyme.
You know, I don't care. Give me.
I don't think that gives it either, though, because it's still that now, and it's a good idea on paper, but then you have to remember that also adds time now to the show.
I mean, you could take away 10 minutes from each match and still have a 30-minute match.
The thing is, you got to take down matches. That's where the fatigue is coming from, because even WWE, yes, doing 6 matches, but then it being 3 hours, it's less fatigue compared to we're doing about 10 to 11 matches.
Well, yeah, but also you gotta remember, I think WWE now stops at 11.
Give or take
11:30, give or take.
So 2.5
AEW
hours.
stopped at 1:00 in the morning.
I looked at the time and I felt bad for you guys. I was like, God.
In my head, I was watching the Swerve Strickland match like, yo, what the? I gotta fucking go to work tomorrow, nigga.
We were joking about it when we were making the predictions, but that's what.
Whoa! Who said we were joking? Like, we've been saying this for months now. Every fucking AEW pay-per-view, we've been saying this for months. Grand Slam, we're there for a whole week.
We got kidnapped, bro. We got kidnapped.
You were like Marvin Sapp at that church.
Listen, you want to know what's crazy? You want to know what's crazy? New Japan Pro Wrestling looks at AEW's pay-per-views and they're like this, well, fuck.
Right.
Wrestle Kingdom for us is 2 days, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wait, wait. Wrestle Kingdom, when it just was one night, used to be the same, though, because Wrestle Kingdom would start at like 2, 3 a.m. and then it's almost 9 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, well, the main event's about to start.
Well, I mean, to be fair, that one, it's Japan. It's Tokyo.
Yeah.
It's
their main event, though.
Different beast than what it is here in the States.
Mm-hmm. And that's once a year.
And that's once a year that it's their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
It's their WrestleMania, and they don't, it's not to say they don't really believe in stories, they believe in anime.
No, they do have storytelling.
I know they do.
Why like they make it so much into that night being like the true
night
ending of a lot of the stories, but it's still fatigue though.
It
like,
was. Like, no, you're absolutely right on that.
It's a long.
I just want to say the difference for me, at least, when I watch New Japan, the Wrestle Kingdom, and I watch AEW, no matter how big the pay-per-view for AEW, some of the time I'm sitting there going, this feels like it's the same match. Just different people are coming out in AEW. Mm-hmm. I made that statement a couple times. Because they usually, one guy comes out and ruins the match. The next match, someone else comes out and ruins the match. Then the next match, someone comes out and costs somebody the match. It's like, we're watching this on replay. In Wrestle Kingdom, it feels like those wrestlers go, we're different from everybody. So our match is different from the match you just saw. And the next match will be different than this one.
Right.
And this one is supposed to be the biggest match. So they're going to put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Because like the Never Openweight Championship, when I saw, I think the inaugural fucking match of that or the first offense, these motherfuckers were beating shit at you. And I'm sitting there going, this is a fight.
Right.
This is an MMA fight with no gloves.
Right.
And no submissions. They fucking each other up.
It's whoever can't stand up anymore.
Yeah. And then you watch Okada and Omega, and it's like, oh, this is art. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, for me, is less fatigue there because during the match, you get that you realize I'm watching something here.
Yeah. No,
you know?
But that's the thing. They're like Sunday. AEW had a few of those. Mm-hmm. Like putting the triple threat where they did, it's like, okay, this woke us up.
Mm-hmm.
But then it's like, okay, it gives it for a sec. And then the main event starts to just drag on a bit. Yeah. It's like, okay. It's 12:30.
That main event should have had a stipulation.
That thing dragged on more.
Yeah. It's
than that fucking Chris Jericho match, though.
Oh.
I see. Thank you. See? Thank you, DJ. You literally just spoke what my soul was saying.
But that's the genius of Jericho.
Oh, here we go with you.
Oh, here we go.
Yo. Anyway, Let's talk about somebody that's important. Pop. All right. No, we'll keep on with Dynasty.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk about what happened last night during AEW Dynamite with Pac, as you know.
Yeah, 2 injuries on Dynamite last
Oh
night.
shit, I missed those.
Yeah.
You had Hook had such a bad concussion he was throwing up in the ring.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I saw he threw up. I didn't know why.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
the unfortunate scenario of it looks like Claudio didn't notice and then bumps him again.
Right.
And that is the scariest thing because it's already bad if he's vomiting, like the concussions at that severity.
Yeah,
and then
that's
it's
so
like,
bad.
oh, whoop, let's go again. It's like,
And that is for Hook. Like from the first time I saw him, that was kind of my fear. It's like he looks like he weighs about $150. He's just cut, but he looks like he weighs about $150.
Yeah, you giving him some pounds.
So
That boy needs a steak.
and so that's and you're
long
going
and
in there
short.
with almost 300 pounders.
Yeah.
You want to know what? Surprisingly, I didn't see that, and I think it was because I was in the kitchen and I was like listening to the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in fact, I was. I was like, I was in the process of like serving dinner and everything like that for me and Riley.
Mm-hmm.
So where my kitchen is at, I have like this like open space where I can just literally see right through my living room because they're kind of connected, but they just have a divider. But I don't have a window in my kitchen, so I just have like this. It looks like just like an open window. Like if I were to put like bar seats there, we can have like drinks like looking at a bar
Oh,
type
look
of
at
way.
that.
So I definitely did not see that, and now I'm about to go and check that out because I did not see that. And I don't like to see somebody puking, but at the same time,
Right.
I'm not puking right now, and I'm not hungover, so therefore I'm okay, and I can watch
Oh.
that.
Yeah, it's
From
not
what
like
I seen, I think he covered it up, and then when he picked him up, you saw the
you
puke
saw,
on the
it
on
yeah,
the
it
right.
wasn't
no,
like
I
a
still wouldn't
violent
see that, though.
projectile kind
Yeah.
of thing. No,
Yeah.
it
That's
kinda
terrible
drizzled
that I
out.
want to see this, but at the same time, I need to, understand
you're
the
a
content that we're
journalist.
talking about, and
No,
I must do
I
my
hear you.
research.
I hear you.
AK Gigi's just trying to reason why she still wants to see someone.
Yeah.
I want to see him get
Fuck
knocked in the
upward.
head.
And you said Hook, Pac got hurt. Too?
Yeah,
Pac got
Pac got
injured
her
as
for
well, yeah.
sure.
Hook was
Yeah.
the concussion, but then
Buckle
Pac
bomb
Yeah,
takes another one.
Buckle bomb?
Yeah,
Buckle bomb
the-
takes another one.
Yeah, the buckle bomb definitely injured his foot or ankle. Landing on the
Okay.
buckle bomb. Ringside doctors checked on Pac out for a while before he got
And
back
then they
into the
had
ring for a quick pin fall finish. Yeah, we all saw that shit. That was a quick pin. I was like, oh yeah, no, he's hurt. He just says,
Yeah,
yo,
that's
let's
ref.
just finish the match and let's
Yeah.
go. Let's just take it home.
No.
Let me just. What am I reading? I'm reading on.
At least the ref
Kingside
listened this
Seats.
time because the last time Pac got injured like that Jericho basically had to say, "Fucking DQ me," because you're going over what we thought the finish was gonna be. Just do something, like because you're supposed to try to protect again.
Yes.
That is
That's
The
part
biggest
of
The
thing
best
job.
wrestler out there is what you're saying, Ray? Jericho was the best wrestler out
Oh,
there?
here we go.
my God.
So they're saying that
Yes. At that point in 2000,
It's
what
always
was
just
that?
enjoying this.
this is why
Yeah.
I'm ignoring
I like
him. So as I'm reading on over here, right, it is saying that the initial feeling in AEW is that Pac won't be out for long, but that has yet to be confirmed. So after the show, the feeling last night was that he shouldn't be out for too long. That was the feeling. Shouldn't be out too long. You guys are repeating yourselves. What the fuck? He is going into getting an MRI today. So the MRI will tell us if it's going to be a little while or if he's in trouble. So hopefully he'll be back soon, which is what everybody's initially assumed. So a lot of people are just assuming, so they're just a whole bunch of asses. Like, stop assuming. I hate when people use the word. Don't assume, because you're
Well,
just going to make
they
yourself look
have
like an
to-
ass.
They have to use the word assume because they don't know because they're not there. A lot of these dirt sheets are quick to report. Meanwhile,
Yep.
probably
Soon.
fine. Probably, or it's probably a lot worse.
So yeah,
But
so
they
he
just-
definitely got an
no,
MRI done today. And I guess we'll hear more about it. What the fuck? That's not what I wanted to do. Sometimes
We'll hear
Mexican
more about it when the what the fuck comes back.
That's what we'll know. We'll know when
Yeah.
what the fuck happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, that unfortunately, that's exactly what happened Tupac.
Damn.
And it's like, damn, like we always just get this boy.
Yep.
I feel like we always just get him back from an injury. But this is
now
like
we
the
gotta-
longest one he's been since injury, right?
But now we
What's
just
the
have to
last one?
picture him
The
rolling.
last time,
Yeah.
wasn't an injury. It was more of a visa issue that was.
Okay.
delaying his return.
Yeah.
It's always all eyes on him, and now we got to picture him rolling, and
Eh.
you know,
But, yo, okay, D. He's my girl, but that match was.
What?
yeah. Thank you, Toe. Come on, tell the truth.
What?
I know what he's trying to say. Tell the truth.
I
Yeah,
think he's trying to say that the Mercedes match was bad.
What?
I'm not
Hot
trying to say it. I'm
garbage.
saying, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I'm watching.
Can you speak up? You know, this particular app doesn't. Hold on. You know, this app,
Well,
app and the volume is just not the greatest. I need you to repeat that again. Ray, don't you leave.
Why you turn off? Yeah, why you turn off your screen, Ray?
Where are you
Why
going,
you turn off your
Raymond?
screen, Ray?
Raymond,
You
come
got
back.
called Raymond. You better come back.
Raymond, we will not. I will put this shit on pause the whole time. Don't you try me, boy. Don't you try me.
Shit.
I just want to know, you actually do believe, and good for you, because yes. The answer is yes. That Mercedes Moné's match was basura.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't good. She has to lead this match, and I saw what she was going for, and even she messed up that walk up the rope arm drag. Like she said, "Fuck it," and just did it on the ground. There's a lot of like I see her training, like I've seen her training, and I see her do this shit. So what the fuck is the problem? Why isn't this happening in the matches? You can't blame Julia Hart for this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wrestled Julia Hart before. So it's not like this is a new person.
Right.
When Stephanie recorded and that shit happened, I get it. Could have been a language barrier. It could have been the style or whatever. She definitely wasn't ready for that shit either. But this part is like, really, shorty? Like, really? And then I get to see Tony Storm and Megan Bayne. And boy, did
Right.
they
That
fucking
was
ever
one
push
hell of a
Megan
match.
Bayne looking like a monster.
Good match.
Megan Bayne looked like a monster in that
Yes.
match. And that was all to Tony Storm. Like, I'm not saying Megan Bayne didn't play a part, but Tony Storm really fucking sold that.
Right.
And then it's like, yo, Sasha, you're supposed to be 4-belt Sasha. You're supposed to come from WWE. You're supposed to be the highest standard of women's wrestling because where you came from and where you been and all that other shit. And it's like, you're taking steps back.
Wait,
That's my girl, but you're taking steps back.
because she is getting lazy.
This
Well,
stuff
let me
is not
correct my
working for her,
sentence.
brother.
Let me correct my sentence. She's not getting lazy. She's been lazy.
Yeah.
She's been very lazy, especially coming to AEW. Why? Because Tony, I'm pretty sure we have to really think
She can do
about it
whatever
in
she
this
wants.
aspect, right? How much press is AEW really putting out there compared to what the press does with WWE? Look at the ambassador programs. Look how many interviews that they are sending them out to do this. How much of that is being done by AEW right now with the current stars that they have? The only people I've seen recently was because of Swerve.
Yeah.
Mm.
Mercedes has been on other shows as well, but one of the last shows I think I seen Mercedes on was one with Renee Paquette and RJ Styles, or RJ City, excuse me, RJ Styles. That's funny. New signee to Diamond Pro Wrestling. We got it. It's been a while, but hey,
Word.
we're in WrestleMania season, so.
Hey, we need to update our roster.
Oh wait, this is what I wanted to see. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to Hook, but I had to see. I had to stop real quick because I'm waiting for Ray to come back to talk about this and how much it brought my heart some joy. when I saw FTR.
I'm not coming back for that one.
Hi, friend. Are you
You
there?
gotta come back. You gotta come
I'm
back.
not
Ray,
coming back
Raven,
for that
can you
one.
see me?
Ray turned off his camera when I started talking about Mercedes because I know he knows her, and I know he ain't
That's
gonna
why
give
he
her my
just
number.
went right now off the camera. He was just talking
Yeah,
about
go-
it. He was
Ray
talking
don't
about
give-
Stephanie,
shit.
DJ,
he's
watch
not
him
a-
turn
he's
that
not a
That
camera on.
shit.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
learning about Ray.
I'm,
Nope.
I'm gonna get back to Hook, right? But I had to stop where I was at on my DVR right now to rewatch this beautiful masterpiece. that
Cinema.
is- This, oh my God, it needs an award. It needs a Knucklehead award, like a Slammy award, but the Knucklehead award.
Ah,
And
Knuckles.
that's how driving
listen,
business.
ideas. We got ideas. All right, and
It's just a gold statue. Just,
let me tell you
just
how much joy it brings. Oh, look, I'm so focused on looking at Ray that I'm missing the action. I'm gonna have to rewind it back to look. Oh, fucking up in the game here, folks. I'm sorry. What do we got going on? Oh, good. You know what? Perfect. It's the end of the freaking 4-way match here from Dynamite. Anyway, I'll get back to that. Ray, how great was it to watch FTR? Not just Dax. Don't run away. Why are you running away? Come on. Let's talk about it.
What's wrong,
Let's talk
Ray?
about it. What a
Go ahead, dog.
masterpiece this was. Like, my God. I was taken away. My breath was taken away. It was. It was. No, wait a minute. But think about it. It was. I was like, oh my God, it happened. It happened. It took my breath away for a second before I rejoiced into the fact that, come back. Don't run away. That's right. That it wasn't just that.
You can handle
But
it,
it was
Ray. It didn't
Cash
happen to
Wheeler.
John Cena.
Word.
By the way, there was too many Wheelers in this fucking match that just pissed me off. Like,
Yeah.
that we
Yeah.
can't have that again. All right, it's just no. All right, but so Cash definitely just did what he had to do, and it was great. But Ray here, unfortunately, doesn't see it that way. Oh man, oh they just did it. Oh, could you tell?
Edge has been turned on by every single person he's ever teamed with, right?
There was another concerto. Yeah, it was. As a matter of fact,
Except for Ray.
didn't we see the video? Didn't we see
Yeah.
a video clip on the chat? Man, we should bring that back up. Matter of fact,
Word.
I actually have one that I made of my own where he was part of the Judgment Day. And I don't know if you guys ever watched this cartoon, but it's called The Amazing Adventures of Gumball. And Gumball decides to be like being the president, and he's like, "Oh, ladies and gentlemen, United States, we already know what's just gonna happen, so let's just do it." Boom, presses the button, everything goes boom, and that's when Edge goes through the table. I feel like I should remake that, but with FTR. I think
I'll dig it.
that was great. Hey Ray, how did you feel? Oh, he's laughing. I knew you would come around.
Hey,
I
listen,
knew
Ray.
you'd come around. I knew
Listen,
that
Ray.
smile was, you know what, that you were approved.
Don't prove me right, Ray.
Uh-oh.
I swallowed my pride and I told the truth.
Yep.
Swallow.
Tell the truth.
No, Ray
This
swallows.
is
Remember?
Tell the Truth Thursday here.
Ray swallows.
We're gonna start calling this Tell the Truth Thursday, where you gotta
Word.
come and tell the truth
Yeah.
about what you saw, no matter who your wrestler was.
Yep.
Triple T.
No.
Triple
Okay.
T, baby.
My-
Hashtag triple T.
No,
Good word.
the thing about the segment is, again, it made sense. Like, we talked about it on Sunday. Like, of course it's going to happen. It's just reacting to the severity of, like, God damn. Like, Edge is like, yeah, do this, like, do the concerto, do all that. Pile driver me on the fucking chair. But the whole time, like, his neck. Like, that was my whole reaction. Like, Gigi's fucking going
my
nuts.
neck,
And I'm
my
just
back.
like,
my pussy ain't my crack.
I'm just like,
My
God
neck.
damn,
That's
don't.
a great song. I love that
let's
song.
not-
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorites. It's definitely a favorite on my Spotify.
No,
Maybe we
check-
got, that should, so when you do the video, that should be the music in the background.
But yeah, poor Cope, but he'll be all right.
He'll
Definitely
cope.
the
Are you
direction.
coping with it?
But the direction this is gonna go, I'm interested because I feel like possibly, well, maybe for
As a
Double or
Christian-
Nothing. Yeah, that's definitely the direction they're gonna go with this.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a CNC reunion here with Cope and
Right.
Christian
Yeah,
against
ca-
FTR.
Now, I'm getting the fatigue of people turning on people, or the ending of a match, someone getting beat the fuck up. You know, it's
Wait,
like,
hold on. Because
like-
now from this last hour of conversation,
Uh-huh.
Toad doesn't like wrestling tropes. That's what I'm starting to realize.
yo, because once, cool.
But the
When that's the story of the match, like if now this is me bullshitting, but it's like they're in the back and they go, "What can we do? Yo, why don't we turn on Cope? Cool. You want to turn on somebody? Yeah. Yo, why don't we get your mother to come over here and restart the match? All right, you gonna pop up out of nowhere and punch this homo in the face because the last thing the Hurt Syndicate needs is someone to help them beat these fucking people.
Stop. I'm actually watching the Hurt Syndicate because I'm trying to do something. I'm going to hook, but we hurt people. We hurt
I'm sitting here. I'm
people.
like, does every match have one of these things happening after this? It's either a return or someone interfered. Like, what's going on?
I feel like on Sunday, okay, outside of the MJF thing with the Hurt Syndicate, and then the Young Bucks coming out, that was it. Like, there's the finishes weren't all like, oh, we just saw that like in match.
Don't
2.
forget that Hangman also came out too during that match.
God
Yeah, he
damn it, Gigi,
did.
that's not
Yeah.
helping my point.
No,
No,
I
I
gotta
mean,
listen.
Wait, no, the
If
whole
you're gonna
crowd
make a
came out.
point, make it accurate.
Yeah, no, because it was
Uh,
Aren't you
Hangman
a
came out
wrestling
and Samoa
journalist or
Joe.
something? Like, get your life
Yeah.
together, Ray.
Samoa Joe and his team came out to take out the Death Squad, and then like they had that WrestleMania moment where every era of AEW came out.
Wait a minute.
Moxley.
And then you're forgetting about in the Jericho match too, where the Bad Apple came out,
Yep.
yeah,
and then one of the luchadores came out for
And
that,
then
and
the
then
family
they had
had
to
to
set
come
the
in.
match there.
and he
We
yelled
gotta
at
be
his mom.
accurate, Ray. We gotta be accurate.
Yeah.
As accurate as that concerto hits Edge in the head. Don't leave. I see you pressing it, motherfucker.
Yeah,
You
see?
piece of shit. You
Gotta be
pussy.
accurate with the
We gotta
button.
ban that
Pussy.
button.
You know what's accurate? You a pussy.
Ooh.
Yeah. We're gonna train the dog to destroy that button. You're gonna have no more cues.
With just that button. Let's not fuck up the whole set. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Things are expensive these days.
You know,
They're
just
stopping
that
our Temu orders in Chia because, you
Right.
know, they want to ban shit.
And we gotta
Word.
take care of our Riverside because
Mhm.
Word.
These tariffs are gonna kick in. And
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for these new prices that are gonna come in. That's like, well,
That's
What
all,
do you-
folks.
StreamYard's gonna be like, because of the tariffs, now it's $400 a month. Yeah,
Like, wait
fuck you.
it's killing. As a unison, we're all gonna fucking check this out.
we
Thank you,
get our signal from China.
Gee. As a
Listen,
unison,
VPNs
Gotta
be
be
working
VPN.
great. I'm just saying. VPNs
Word.
are
Man.
amazing.
Man, that's how I book flights. Is using
Oh, so you're
VPN.
booking a flight for July 19th, right, DJ? Through the VPN, you got it.
We
After
heard
you-
people.
After you send me that stipend for the flight, yeah.
Well, I can't now because then you hear Toe. I'm allegedly paying people 3 times their rate. Like,
And just the women.
Just the
budget's
women.
gone. The budget's
Yeah.
gone right now. We can't.
Women Appreciation Month, July.
Wait, what?
Come on,
It's
guy.
my birthday. It's my
Don't do
birthday.
that.
And I gotta pay
Don't do that
money.
because then them bitches are going to come at me and I'm not trying to deal with that shit.
Women Independence Day. July 19th. Respect.
Dang.
Jesus.
No.
Shit, but
She said no.
Oh man.
you know,
So new
We
ROH
heard
champ.
people.
yeah, and that's why, but that's why everyone hates AEW accordingly.
I'm not hating AEW.
What is
they
like? Why does what's the excuse now that everybody hates it?
What's lazy
because,
excuse now?
Well, you know what? We'll ask. I'm gonna ask him in the chat. Let me get my phone over. So, Lane, how come everybody hates it?
It's gonna be the age of the company. Like that's gonna be
like,
one of the.
You don't hate AEW. You just think that WWE is so far superior.
I think that both companies have different strong attributes to what they bring to their own brand. And I'm okay with that. I don't want the same shit.
Exactly.
I don't want AEW to be the same shit as WWE.
No.
I want a different variety of what I'm getting. I'm watching Timeless Tony Storm just walk by the way. Timeless Tony Storm is absolutely amazing when doing commentary as she is crawling all over the commentary table right now just to get to her seat next to Tony Schiavone when she just could have walked around, but she did. She just literally crawled all over it. And then when she did that, I swear to God, the first thing I thought was, please, God, do not let this table break. Right? But her commentating with Tony Schiavone is absolutely amazing. I'm still trying to get to this hook match, by the way, but I keep getting distracted by good shit. All right? And
That's some good shit.
This is a good shit, you know? I'm skipping the match because I can't hear Tony Storm, and I don't particularly want to watch Thunder Rosa and Chris Statlander again. I'm just here for Tony Storm's commentary. Definitely do not want Don Callis. Let's keep it moving. Adam Cole, baby. Congrats to him.
Another 160 pounder. Good job.
No, the issue I had was he didn't know what ankle was hurt.
I saw that. I saw that.
And then he does 3 back-to-back tequila. What was it? Apple.
Tequila Sunrise.
What is the name?
This guy was gonna.
No,
the
Panama Sunrise for him.
Yeah, Panama Sunrise. 3 of them back-to-back.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm like, this is Superman.
So now we know. So
Yes,
Pro
it
doesn't like
is.
wrestling throws and doesn't like when someone just has a fucking triple finisher.
It's not even the triple. It's the fact your ankle hurts, bro. That move,
Right.
you jump off of the rope onto the ground
Yeah.
as high as you can
Should be,
inflict to do.
yeah, he needs a backup.
Your ankle
You
should
gotta do
not be
something
able
else.
to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the one time I get it,
Yeah.
but the other 7 times it's like, bro, your ankle would be destroyed by now. Like you're literally hurting your ankle more.
Yeah. But it's worth it.
It's not like you got a bad shoulder and you super kick someone. All right,
Yeah.
cool. It's like you got a bad shoulder and you just fucking hip tossing the motherfucker every 10 seconds, like hip toss mania. You don't know how an injury works. You broke your ankle. You should know you can't stand on it. Like you literally just came back from ankle injury.
Yeah.
Let's get a little bit more.
Did you say he
Let's
just
get a little
came
bit
back
more
from ankling?
ankle injury.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm
There's
just like,
that point you gain that bit of momentum that you can, even if it's fucked up, you're still gonna be like, well, we're gonna try to get through this shit. Weep.
Bro, I get it, but I'm just gonna put it out.
No, I get it. I'm just like
The
just
Ultimate
so-
Warrior hulked up on Hogan and barely got that fucking that gorilla press slam up.
Right.
And it could have been because he physically couldn't lift him because he was so tired. But I'm just saying that just looked a little bit more real than, well, my ankle's broken. I can't walk. Let me jump on it.
And do a difficult
3 times. Just
do
saying.
this difficult wrestling move.
That's where I think DJ's getting they had to touch a little bit. It's a little because it gets to the point where it's like, all right, now you're doing too much.
No, but that's the thing. I don't know if they're okay. In the best way possible, I'm gonna put this. I don't know if they're out of touch because of that. Because I unfortunately think that's what not even just that fan base. That is what wrestling wants. Like wrestling fans are eager for fun. Am I wrong?
I don't want that. I've been
no,
a wrestling fan my whole life.
A majority
I
of
never
the new
wanna-
fan base wants fucking.
Take
Oh, we
yourself
already
out of
spent
the
money.
equation. So we're talking about like the majority
Yeah.
fan base marks type of thing.
Yeah, that fucking. If they just do a DDT, it's like, oh, what was that? But if they do fucking 3 finishers, some crazy
It's
shit.
really the fans that
So-
they normally talk about, not us.
Yeah, I hear you, but here's the logic.
Mm-hmm.
This is not just I'm painting by the numbers. Now, FTR destroys Cope
Yeah, they did.
with a legit pile driver.
Yeah, they did.
Not what Kevin Owens did to Randy Orton,
No,
but
no,
a
not
legit
that.
pile driver.
No.
People-
They hurt him. We hurt
Cope had to
people.
leave the ring in a fucking neck brace.
Right.
No,
off of a pile
wait,
driver.
Wait. That wasn't until after Cash put the neck brace on himself first. That was
Right.
great.
Yes,
that was
yes.
that was
And
great.
he was
That
making
was
sure it
great.
fit him.
Ray,
He
don't
made
leave.
sure it fit him.
Don't pick up your phone and ignore
Yeah.
this. He put that on.
Yes.
You know that was funny.
Yes.
You know that tickles
Now-
one of your funny bones. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Toe.
Right. No. Now we've seen the pile driver be used in the '80s, and no one had that. So it evolved. Now it got that stigma. It's gonna hurt people.
Yeah.
Cool. You're legitimately hurt, and then you do more shit to hurt it. Like Cody, when he broke his pec, it's painful, but you cannot hurt it more.
Yeah.
If you tweak your ankle and you're bouncing on the shit, there's a potential for you to break the motherfucker, to tear ligaments, something.
Yeah.
If you broke the ankle, you can't stand on it. So homeboy got pile drivered and put in the hospital. Homeboy hurt his ankle and bounced around the ring
Yeah.
repeatedly. This is where I'm like, fans should not like that. They shouldn't want that.
No, they shouldn't. And there's a lot of things they
I
shouldn't.
want you to break your neck and have nothing but neck moves. Like dude, like Andy Kaufman should have came out and fought Jada King Lawler. The neck brace is headbutting. Like what? like that at this era, that's what would happen. Andy Kaufman would just been fucking headbutting.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's what they're looking for. That's like, now you can't just do a fucking moonsault. Now it has to be 630 this. We got to do this. This is what pops them. Because if not, you have dead crowd. Unfortunately.
You
Well-
had him at the last 2 matches anyway.
But
You do, but at the same token, it's like, this is what, like, how, who was it that asked it this week? What is Moxley's style? Well, he's supposed to be a fucking fighter.
that was a show.
Okay, yeah. So it's like it's still the situation of if the moveset's too basic,
Ray,
draw to that.
now the thing with Japanese style,
yes.
they have the 3 stages of their match. Their last match is the desperation to win. They're hitting you with everything,
Right.
high impact moves, but they don't hit you with their finisher more than once, maybe twice.
Right.
Wait,
Okada was once, like the one winged angle was once.
no.
He didn't he tried it a couple times. He never hit it.
Exactly.
He tried it, and then when he hit it, it was over.
I was gonna say
It wasn't rainmaker after rainmaker after rainmaker after rainmaker after rainmaker. Then I big boot you and you're dead.
I mean, there was a match or two that they were doing their finishers and they were still kicking out at first. But I think that's
you brought up one earlier.
That's after I want to say that they
New Japan?
established. Yeah, for sure. That's when I want to say that's after they established a rivalry. That connection, that chemistry that they have back and forth, because it's just something that they went back to all the time. They went back to the well a lot of times when it came to Omega and Rainmaker.
no, and that's what I was saying. That match, if you watch their matches, maybe they don't hit the one winged angel. They tried to protect because that was the whole point of that one. But
Right.
the V trigger, Kenny was hitting that shit like he was just spamming it at one point.
Yeah, but that's a signature move.
That was his finish at one point.
Yeah, that was
the
his finisher,
V-trigger.
dude.
Not when the story of the match was if I hit you with the one winged angel, you're going.
No, but
You're dead.
remember they wrestled 3 times.
Yeah.
So there's one match where Kenny is just fucking trying to knee his head off, like you said earlier with fucking Speedball. That's what Kenny was trying to do to fucking Okada. Like there is a time and a place for it. When again, it's like, fuck. If I hit it one more time, that should be it. Fuck, he kicks out. Like it adds to the drama of it. It adds to the fucking moment of like, what the fuck do I do? Because this is what I got. Like this is the move I hit, and it didn't fucking work. Like there is those moments where it's needed to build that anticipation.
Where Toe is coming from though is like, okay, so then don't call this stuff finishers then, because it's like, okay, I can say I could get the same amount of drama from me trying to do my finisher and you keep reversing out of it.
Yeah.
It's the same drama. It's the exact, because if he hits this, it's over. And then so every time, they push Randy Orton away when he's about to do RKO. Yeah. All that. Because if he hits it, that's the end of the match. Same thing with it's the same thing as a 2 count.
Yeah.
I also like, again, if we're gonna call it finishers, then have it be if this person hits this move, that should be it.
And that was the person
who,
when it originally was. It was supposed to be the.
But the person who was the master of hitting you with their finisher, and it was believable that they kicked out, was Shawn Michaels, because Shawn Michaels would super kick you and fall to the ground.
Right.
Like if
he's exhausted.
That literally was the last bit of energy I had.
Right.
And then you see him come back to it, and he'll go for the pin, and it's like, yo, bro, it's been 20 minutes. This nigga's not gonna.
Yeah.
Like this is Triple H, Booker T, WrestleMania. It took you that long to pin him.
Yeah.
He should kick out of this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not boom, and then you got him tied up. All his limbs are done. You duct taped him to the fucking ground, and he kicked out. And then you hit him with it immediately again, and you put a fucking plane on top of him. He kicked out.
Right.
And it's like, cool, yo, dude, keep kicking out. But you better not win with that move. You better come up with something else. Because at least it was believable when every time Cody Rhodes tried to do the fucking crossroads, someone came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, someone stopped him from doing it. And then when he finally got the shit, he's like, fuck this. I'm doing this 18 times. And I won. Because if he would have kicked out of the 18 times, sorry, Cody, the match is over. You lost. Go home. There's nothing you can do now. Nothing you can do now. Yeah, you lost. Go home.
I'm trying to figure out where the fuck was I during this time where Hook fucking vomited, because I just realized this is the main event.
You said you were cooking, right?
You did not
no. I don't know why I thought this was way earlier. What the fuck was I doing? I was probably on my phone. That makes sense.
It is.
Hold on. So I know what happened. I know what happened. Wait a minute.
Come on.
He fucking.
This isn't the best wrestler in the world. It's like the Dominic Mysterio of fucking AEW.
So this happened at the post match, if I'm not mistaken. Like after the match.
Is that not the relevant comparison, DJ?
I think
he has his son.
I think
Ray's son.
I'm just gonna say I think Dominic's a little better than Hook.
Well, he has more time than that's what.
Well, no. Also, he's with better group of people.
Right.
They actually
train.
Hook's with Shibata and Samoa Joe. You can't get better than a fucking.
No, but
Shibata
also there's just a different level.
He's with two of the best wrestlers in the world. Are they good trainers?
So it's during this part
remember,
right here.
Dominic is with Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez at the time, Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Carlito. If there's one thing he's getting from them is confidence.
Why all of a sudden am I buffering?
And confidence is what carries you more than anything in that ring.
It does, but again, you have Shibata's definitely there's a track record of him being a great trainer. Like that's why he was fucking training everyone at the LA
What the
dojo
fuck is happening?
for the better part of the pandemic.
Everything
Gigi
just
sounds
froze
like she's
on
going
me.
through a microwave right now.
Oh shit!
And I think she's
Pissed her off
also
so
reacting.
Much, she turned into GG3PO.
Yeah, she's also reacting.
Yeah, I think
Wait,
now she
am I
finally got to the
buffering?
part of Hook, just going through it, unfortunately. Yes.
You were.
Yeah, we didn't hear a word you said.
Nope.
Okay, yeah, no, my whole internet connection is acting up on me. Hold on.
Oh no.
Wow, you turned into a Japanese movie now.
Oh, okay. So you don't actually see him vomit, but there's vomit on the fucking canvas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, you wanted to see him vomit too? Damn it, Gigi.
This is some Family Guy shit.
Yeah, Yo.
No, but
and they yell
I
at
don't
him.
know
You
why
can't
I
be like
thought.
Brock Lesnar
Listen,
waiting
I
to
didn't
get
know
that.
that he vomited. That's why I wasn't paying attention clearly. Ew. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Samoa Joe's talking. I'm done.
So you just remind, like I was when you mentioned Family Guy, I was on Disney Plus. So right after Daredevil, I saw they got the Simpsons channel that just goes that's just live showing Simpsons all the time. And it was on one of those early season episodes where they were watching wrestling.
Oh, that was a great episode.
And dude pulled a wrench out of his shorts. And I just started hollering. Like, oh, he pulls a wrench out and he knocked the guy out. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
All right, there you go. That's a finisher, brother.
Word. Back in those days when you got hit with a wrench, you didn't kick out.
Oh
No.
my god.
No. Now you can have brass knuckles and everything and still
Word.
that shoulder shoots up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fucking bury you in cement. Whoosh, through the cement. With
Now
a broken
now
shoulder and
know
everything.
Toe is not a fan of kick
False finishes.
Don't do false finishes around Toe. He's gonna be pissed. We won. The first time you go for a pin, that's it. You gotta be the
Sean and Undertaker, like, it's a time and place. When it's WrestleMania, Sean's trying to end the streak, Undertaker's trying to end his career. There's no tomorrow.
No.
Beautiful. When it's fucking Tuesday night and we gotta go home in 15 minutes, fuck that. Start him and let's go. We get it. He lost. Cool. I don't need the jobber getting like this is a squash match, but I'm gonna false finish 4 times.
No, but
Man.
that's the thing too. Like they're not gonna do that in just any match.
You made me a vegan cake, Ray.
Like-
It don't go together.
Like you'll see when it happens. Like it's not just gonna be every match either. That's what I'm saying. Like there's moments where it has to happen where it matters.
No.
Wait, what? other match
AEW had a lot of
I'm about to say they have local talent kicking out of stuff, and I mean, come on. I still remember when people was doing cartwheels over Pineapple Pete, and I'm just like, dude, we're not going to hear about this guy in 2 weeks. That was correct.
Hey man, we don't like sugar. This is
Are we talking about like until I just said his name? Were we talking about him? Okay, then.
what we
I was gonna mention him,
Wow.
but
we would.
I don't know who the fuck you talking about.
When Chris Jericho in one of the episodes of AEW back, they had like all of a sudden like this unknown guy is having this knockdown drag out fight with Chris Jericho, and I'm just like what are we doing?
Well, they were
And-
about to sign him too. That was the situation, but unfortunately, we didn't want to use the name Pineapple Pete. So but that's a whole conversation. For a
Right.
different one.
And then everybody's all, oh, I want a t like they want to buy t-shirts. And I was like, guys, we're not gonna. It was an alright match with him,
Yeah.
and he's an alright wrestler. And
Oh,
Okay, can we also admit that not every fucking match is a banger?
no, there's gonna be bad matches.
No, I get it, but sometimes it feels like, unless it's Mercedes, because no one likes Mercedes. Like Mercedes got the Charlotte
Bro,
treatment now.
you just said
Like-
that Mercedes'
No.
match was trash.
Look, I'm just I'm not saying that her matches are good. What I'm saying is no one has a problem saying her matches suck. Everyone has a problem when someone else's matches suck in AEW. It's like, oh, you didn't like
yeah.
how Speedball did a 75 fucking degree flip, stopped in midair and kicked fucking Omega in the head, and Omega wasn't even there, and then landed on him and he kicked out at 2, and then he did it 4 more times and he still kicked out. You didn't like that? That's a 5-star fucking match. David Meltzer just said it's a 5-star fucking match.
I mean, well, fuck Dave Meltzer.
Man,
No, but like this is what I'm getting. It's like I think that's the war. It's like, yo, bro, I watch Fast and the Furious,
right.
Yeah.
and I understand it's bullshit, but I'm not gonna sit here and fucking say it should win an Academy Award.
No,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's all about
I
family.
was explaining to Lay and Cap. I'm sorry to cut you
No,
off.
it's all good.
That if we're gonna go into the movie spectrum,
Yeah.
Mhm.
WWE is like a comic book movie. They set their own world. They set their own rules. They set the characters' parameters, and you accept it all and you watch it in that world. It's like Batman. You know Batman ain't walking around here. Like, there ain't no nigga with a fucking hockey pads on fighting crime. He's getting shot in the face. But in Gotham, this nigga's a badass detective, got the skills of a fucking ninja, all that. AEW's Fast and Furious. This is supposed to be real. But I ain't never seen nobody get fucking chopped in the neck and their foreheads bleeding. I ain't never seen nobody fucking be fresh, like Gigi said, after you got your ass whooped for 30 minutes and gonna get choked out. Like
or
what's happening here?
We're having a fight. I throw you outside the ring, and then I run to the opposite ropes to then have you be there when I jump over the top rope to jump on top of you. That happens in fights, doesn't it? You know, so
yeah.
So
Somebody's jumping off the table.
Was fire. The crane kick was fired because of Ricochet.
Great sell, yeah.
Yeah. He set that up
It's
and
not
sold
gonna
it
work,
perfectly.
you know.
And then ran right into it. And if you watch the karate, if you watch Cobra Kai, he said the only reason why it worked is you ran into it.
Yep.
And then Ricochet ran into it.
Yep.
So he watched Cobra Kai. I'll give Ricochet that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying WWE's perfect. But you heard me critique a lot of motherfuckers in WWE.
All we do is hear
see-
you critique a lot of motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you making it
I
sound
give
like
it
it's
to
past
you.
tense, nigga. You do it up to this day. To this
Yeah.
day. To this day.
So you know I'm fair with this shit, right? I'm fair with it. It's like well, because the company's 5 years old, these guys can do 27 finishes. Like, I don't think it's a finisher no more. I think that's just your move. You got one move. You like Uncle Jesse. You got one spot. You shoot from there. Yeah, right.
We
No,
all
I'm
love
just saying,
Uncle
like,
Jesse.
I feel like
I'm just saying.
this is unfortunately, it's a wrestling thing though. Because I don't just see it in AEW. It's a common trope that's like, again, you're trying to create that fucking, again, that anticipation of when is it going to finally be what that kill shot. But again,
When
I
we
guess
get to the point, like, I gotta go home, and you're in your living room.
it's like, but I guess it's an AEW thing. I don't know. I don't know what to say
Dude,
about
even on the West Coast, we're like, damn, what the hell's going on around here?
DJ's
What
like,
day
you
you
know, it was
expect to finish
daylight
this?
when we were watching this. Now it's
What?
pitch black outside. It's
I
past
came here for
curfew.
lunch.
The lights went out, and I was supposed to be home hours ago. Mom's gonna kill me.
Word.
Literally.
it.
And went to a 24-hour diner, and they started going, y'all niggas gotta leave.
Like, we're,
Y'all been here too long.
the bartenders were looking up at the screen like, wait a second. Like, what do you mean this hasn't got to the main event yet?
We ran out of liquor.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Let's take it home at that point.
You screw up our film. But
Wow.
yeah, I'm gonna see if we can get Lay on here next week, and we can finally have that Lay versus DJ versus Ray debate on YAW.
Oh, man.
My thing is, I want to know why Lay's just. 'Cause even from this, I still don't get what you don't like because you're telling me what bad things about wrestling as a whole. This is not just AEW.
Well, it's not just AEW, but they do it more often.
We'll talk about it next week.
They
We're
do it
about
more
to become-
deliberate.
we're
Okay,
about
they
to
do it
become
more
AEW
deliberately.
with how
Listen,
long
Ray
we go.
right now is very emotional. He's going through
Yeah.
some things. He
Yeah, it's
just
true.
watched FTR
I mean,
prepare
Yeah.
to this shit.
Just in case if anybody didn't notice, Edge or Cope got power driven through a ring, broke his neck,
Mhm.
stood up, got concertoed.
That was. Why are
Wheeled
you
out of-
leaving?
yeah.
You got to tell the people
Yeah.
what's happening next week. You can't leave. We're about to end the
He
show.
got wheeled out of
Come back.
the. He got wheeled out of the arena. Showed up to Dynamite. Had a full match.
Ray is crying right now in the corner. Oh, there he goes. Did you wipe
He
away
had a
your
full-
tears?
He had a full match with Shibata,
Yeah.
and then FTR power drove him again. They legitimately broke his neck. He can't move, and next week he's gonna be
I'm
wrestling.
about to say,
Christian.
And then
We'll
the
have
Young
a-
Bucks came back.
I'm about to say,
Yeah,
we have
and
a
the Young
television title match next week.
Word. Yo, how did y'all feel about the Young Bucks returning?
About fucking time.
Real-
It works.
It works.
I don't know.
They were gone for long
He
enough
just
for
like,
me
oh, wait.
to care enough that they came back. Not care enough, like, oh my God, they came back. Oh, can't believe, because they fucked over Swerve, and I didn't like that. But it's good to have them back on AEW because they are the founding fathers of AEW, and they do add a little bit something to it. But at the same time, I just want to see if we have elevated the characters that they are currently in right now, or if it's just going to be the same old shit.
It will.
Same old shit.
They don't know how to do anything else. I don't know why we like. I'm gonna
It
tell the truth Thursday. I'm one thing that I think Hogan got right in most of his things that he said. They look like they should be backing my groceries. Like, can we be real here?
Yo, it kind of looked like when they were walking out, one of the brothers was like, yo, let's take off our shirts and look mean. And I was
Exactly.
like, yeah, and he took off his shirt. And I'm like, yo, that was a nice shirt. Why you ruin that shit?
Right.
Like, yeah, it's like, we're going to show them and take the fucking shirt off. Yeah, now we're the Hardy Boys.
Now we're the
Because,
Hardy Boys.
everyone screamed when Jeff took his shirt off. No hate on the Young Bucks. They're an amazing tag team. It's just, if you watch,
I'll do it. I'll hate them. I hate them. I don't like them at all. I'll do it.
I enjoy their tag team matches. I would like for them to do something, help elevate the tag team. I don't want them in the tag team titles or whatever the case may
No,
be.
because they'll win them if they go after tag team
I'll
titles, they'll
give
win
But
it.
like, I would like
I'll
for
give
them
them
to like. I wouldn't mind seeing the Hurt Business hurt them.
That'd be nice. I'd go for that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No, because
Definitely
the Hurt Business is black,
with it, but
and they don't want them to go
No,
over.
No, it's just
and-
the Young
and-
Bucks.
and the Young-
like
and the
that
Young
doesn't work for
Bucks-
them, brother. And they're
No,
gonna super kick the hell
And
out
the
of
Young
them.
Bucks the Young Bucks are just as strong as Bobby Lashley and just as
Yes.
athletic as Shelton Benjamin in
That's
their
right.
eyes.
we'll see y'all tomorrow at 9 p.m.
They don't
hurt people. They fire people.
Yeah. Yes.
We fire
And, yo,
people.
And Ray,
We
as much shit as
that's
I'm
gonna
giving
be their
them,
new song. See, you
Yeah.
heard it first, so if you
Word.
see it down the line, just know it came here
Yeah,
first
write
from
the
the
check.
Knucklehead Network.
word. And Ray, just so you know, fair, they had some amazing matches
Yeah.
with the fucking Lucha Bros, and even when they lost to Private Party in the tournament for the inaugural tag team champion, they had amazing matches. It's just sometimes it's like, all right, yo, bro.
They're great
get
wrestlers.
realistic
They're just
here.
terrible characters. The gimmicks is bad. They're great wrestlers, but
Yeah.
they just have terrible and bad gimmicks.
They were also in that box. No one gets inside the box of the ideas of what I'm doing. 'Cause let's face it, sometimes you have good ideas that don't work for the situation. And that's why you need someone out there going, I like that idea, but I don't think you taking off your shirts after you beat up Swerve Strickland is going to make you look tough.
Yeah.
Let's save that for later.
You look like Malibu's Most Wanted, and yeah, no, it's the spots for it's like a normal, like we're having a normal. It's not a tag team tornado match; it's a normal match, and just like how Moxley will have a normal match, be 90% of it be outside of the ring and using stuff. Like, wait, isn't this a regular match? It's the same thing with them. It's a regular tag match. We're having all these spots. You like 3 minutes into the match, you're going to see regular tags, and then that's it. And then everybody's in the ring, and everybody's all outside and doing flips and everything. I'm like, wait, where's the match?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like I said, they go against the Hurt Business. I guarantee you, like they're gonna, like,
They're gonna end up putting themselves over,
yeah, they should not
and they shouldn't.
What's his name should not come off his feet against against both of these guys.
Bobby Lashley?
Bobby Lashley should not ever come off his feet, and he's gonna be he's gonna be bumping all over the place, and that's where I'm gonna feel like turning the channel, and that's why I don't like this team.
Also, what's his name? Big Kaz? Redwood Jones?
Oh, whatever they call him now, yeah.
Yeah. Yo, tell me he didn't fucking big boo Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin to fucking hell.
Yes.
No, he did.
Like, there's another one, bro. You got fists.
That was good.
Throw some of them. Throw a little bit of the fist. You don't got to keep lifting your leg up. We know you're tall. Your arms are long, too. Throw a fist.
Word. I get that
Big
your
John
legs have a
Studd used to
longer
throw some-
reach, but you know.
Yeah.
You wearing the green boots because you want to kick him every fucking chance you get? We see the green boots. No one misses
So
the green boots,
add to
bro.
the list now.
Yeah,
Tony
don't-
doesn't like kicks.
That's going on the list.
Don't-
That's going on the list.
Tony doesn't like
The
kicks.
list
Put it on
of
the
why
list. He doesn't like
people
kicks.
hate AEW.
Multiple finishers.
Bro,
We're building
that
it.
just
We're
made the list.
understanding why
I
Cole
mean,
hates AEW.
listen, you kick me more than once, I'm looking at your legs. I'm not gonna kick you. Not gonna kick me again.
You got to teach them, Tony. You got to teach them.
I'm gonna have to. And Bobby Lashley's an MMA fighter. He should know about these fucking kicks to the face.
Especially a big ass slow one like that one.
Word. Yeah.
The big ass slow big kick. Like I mean,
Shit.
Big John
14
Studd did
times,
it once in the
shit.
match. During in each match, he's just as big as Big Cass. Okay,
Yeah, and
he
he
used to
got
throw them
highlighted
hand
green
bones on.
boots. Yeah, don't punch, player. It's all right. It's safe. You ain't getting arrested. You throw a punch, USB ball,
Now-
throw a knee,
Oh my god!
something, elbow.
So now we know.
Headbutt.
Hit repeated punches. I think that's okay with that.
I'd rather you
Hit
fucking play
repeated
defense than LeBron with the fucking hip thrust.
Yeah.
Something.
Hit repeated
Shit.
punches. Toe doesn't want you to hit kicks no more, guys. Just
No, but look at Tony Storm and Megan Bain, bro. They didn't repeat shit.
I'm about to say there was no repeat spots. Yeah,
The only time Tony Storm did the hip thrust like 3 times, but that was
she
you could
blocked it
tell
a
that
couple
was part of
times.
the.
Yep.
This is the hardest shit I got. It's just a big woman. Nothing is affecting her. I'm gonna do this to wear her out.
I'm not gonna lie though. The only thing that annoyed me of that match, and I know that this is how Toni Storm wins her matches, is that small package.
Roll up.
Yeah. Just for this particular match, because
The small package from hell.
I don't
Tony
know,
Storm's a small package compared to Megan Bain.
a timeless small package. Oh man, I didn't really was like really. I know that's her thing, but like.
I used to piss off my friends playing wrestling games that way. I'd be hitting like 3 finishers and then I pick them up off the mat just a small package.
Well, in the video
They used
game,
to
it
get so
makes
pissed off.
sense. But when I'm watching a fucking pay-per-view, because it wasn't the first small package that actually won in a match for
True.
this pay-per-view. We've seen it earlier.
Right. No, that's right. That's what Toe was saying earlier. And he's not alone. I was watching Wrestling with Regret right here on YouTube. Shout out to Wrestling with Regret. And he said the exact same thing. He's like, you can't have this is a pay-per-view. You can't do same finishers in a pay-per-view. You're gonna bore your audience. So again, not even my opinion. Lay another somebody else.
Lay, this does not count towards why people hate AEW. All right.
In the defense of Lay, are you saying WWE doesn't have small package finishes?
I like how that is always the.
that's the only thing that's like it's either this or that. It's just like
The whataboutisms.
both do it. Both companies do it. Wrestling does it. There's gonna be this is always the thing of, and in most conversations is watch what's happening before you. Just
I mean, again, like you said, if it's the right story with it, though, it's like so that like Toni Storm doing it that makes sense.
Needed it because it's Megan Bain is a lot bigger than Tony.
There you go.
He's a monster.
It's
Okay.
like you need to do that.
How did Ricky Steamboat beat Randy Savage?
Roll up.
They
Sometimes
both did their finishers and all kinds of shit, and all like everybody's flying all over the ring. Bells are coming out. Roll up.
Sometimes you just need that little thing right there.
Yep.
Again, that's wrestling for you.
Yeah. Next week we're gonna see if we get Lay in.
Yeah, hopefully we can have that conversation and see why you guys hate AEW so much.
Why we hate AEW
I don't
so
get
bad.
it.
And
I don't. I personally enjoy both companies.
And-
I just like
oh,
wrestling.
one
I
thing
don't think
I
you
am
do.
going to have to bring up with them from another debate that we had. I know the audience didn't see this debate, but did you see that referee in the NFL got demoted? The guy that was missing calls that was fucking up calls for the Kansas City Chiefs. So
Yeah.
that's one more for the bad guy.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. So take
What up, Roberto? What up, Roberto?
Roberto, we're leaving.
We're leaving.
Yeah, you got us at the end.
Fuck, and we went into overtime, bro. Where we at?
Word.
25 minutes overtime?
Yeah. Yo, subscribe. We're on every day, Monday through Friday.
Get them
We'll be
likes
back
up.
next week talking more wrestling.
Yep.
But we'll be on tomorrow with the Tone Show show.
More than likely.
More than likely.
Randy
Well, we can't
Savage
be
versus
doing
Ricky Steamboat
Saturday
is the
because
best
Ray's
entertainer.
busy Saturday. I'm busy
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
see?
can't do it Saturday. I'll be calling some matches.
Yeah, I'm busy on Saturday too.
Yeah.
So
And Saturday's the day after Friday for me.
that's usually how
that
it
would
is.
be it.
But
Sabado.
come back tomorrow. 9 p.m. We'll probably be here. So
Word.
take us home, Joe.
And yeah, that was one of the better Intercontinental title matches. But it's your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody. Appreciate y'all stopping by and listen to our nonsense.
Word. Later, y'all.